Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble, right? Let's get ready to rumble. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Mad Hatter's Top 16 that is happening right now. This is an online tournament that we do in our Discord where anyone can join. It's completely free, and you get to play however you can, whether that is with paper, whether that's online through various methods, tabletop simulator, duels, or other however you get your match done. And then you get 3 days to do it, 72 hours to complete your match. No IDs are allowed, so players went through 6 rounds, no IDs, played it out to get that top 16. And then top 16 is also open deck list. All right, I'm a big fan of open deck list, so that's something that I really like to do for these events because I think it gives people a little bit more practice into getting to that point where they can play into these big tournaments, right? So, because that's what we're all practicing for, right? Get to the DLC, get to these CCQs where it is open deck list and everything, and then just go home and dominate, right? So that's what's happening. That's what's going down right now. We've got Adrian, that is going to be the list that's titled Zooglies on Purple Steel versus Lifeless, rocking some amber emerald dogs with the stitch going on. But we have a couple other spicy things, right? We do see the Jumba in there as well. So definitely some spicy things going on in both lists. One thing to note about Adrian's list is Adrian is rocking that 3 cost Lilo. So that Lilo, if there are other alien characters, Angel. It will let Angel challenge a readied character, which will be really nice when she quests. Also, just giving a lot of boost. So maybe it helps something if there is a world where Stitch turns sideways. Maybe you can set up the Lilo, or you don't even have to, right? So that Lilo is going to help some extra damage there. And then we do have things like Benja to help with the Chromacons that, never mind, do not exist in Lifeless's list. So that's card's going to be kind of ink. But historically, Amethyst Steel kind of in a good position in this matchup, right? Amethyst Steel likes to, it does well into dogs. Now, one thing to keep in mind is Lifeless's deck is going to go wide really quickly. Like when you have this Stitch, if you're able to get that super Stitch combo off, then you can kind of change the tides very quickly. As we've seen names like Royce, who's been playing a lot of the Amber Emerald Stitch variant, we've seen how decks are built to counter him, and yet because he runs the Stitch, that shift, he's able to play it out. They can't get rid of it, and then he goes super wide in the process. But Adrian does have some really good text that's going to be able to help. That being the Angel, that being the Lilo, that alone is going to be really nice. Sven can come in, do some work there. Of course, you have the Elsa that's going to be able to exert something and do that method as well. So he does have what he needs to be able to take this match down. He's going to force his opponent to kind of slow down until he can find that Della's Moon Lullaby into the Under the Sea. So that being something that's going to be really needed as well. So I'm just going to communicate with the team here as they're getting ready to rock and roll. But it looks like they're waiting on us. So we're gonna switch on over and right here, make sure make sure my mic is still working. We're gonna watch this stream. We're going to make it bigger, get rid of chat. And ladies and gentlemen, we should be able to make this a little bit bigger. Hide member, there we go. I'm gonna have him make it full screen. So let's go ahead and chat him up really quick. All right, but looking at it, we're gonna get to watch this from Adrian's point of view. So playing Amethyst Steel, really interesting right here. It does look like he's trying to. Hang on, I'm gonna. It does look like he's getting ready to get rid of that Captain Hook, which is gonna be an interesting one. I wonder what he might be looking for instead for that. There we go. All right, now we're off, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're cooking. So keeping that Calhoun. And it looks like getting rid of that Captain Hook, which would be really interesting. I'm not sure what he might be looking for in this matchup if he's getting rid of that, but he does draw into another one, so that's really good for him because I think he's gonna want that Captain Hook a lot. So, all right, let's see how he starts this thing off. As it looks like trying to decide what do I want less here, the Olaf or the Cobra, as he goes ahead and inks that Olaf to play the Captain Hook and passes. So turning it back over to Lifeless. Again, Lifeless being the dogs player in this matchup. So we're gonna kind of see how he's able to kick this thing off as you see the chat window pop up on the left there or the right. But we ink a Nani, play that Lilo, Snow Artist, and a Pudge. So really good start being able to go really wide with that Pudge and Lilo. The Lilo Snow Artist, for those because we can't see it for whatever reason, it's the 1/2 that gains an extra lore when there's a Stitch on the field. And then of course, because you have the Lilo, you're able to play the Pudge for free. So going really wide right now. Lifeless being able to get there, he's able to get into that Stitch and look at that, a huge play. I need to mute him. Okay. Huge. That's a huge top tier decision by Magic Mage or by Adrian there, knowing that if he lets that Stitch live, then he's going to have to. He knows that then that Shift Stitch will come down. He's going to be able to go super super wide. So he takes a turn off. That way he can hard cast that Strength of a Raging Fire and blow up that baby Stitch. So I really like that choice there. And then with that, though, Lifeless is able to respond with a Mowgli. So that Mowgli is going to be able to take out that guidebook. And now Kyle luckily draws another guidebook here. So guidebook's going to be able to come down and get some more. But he does decide to play that Genie, opting to take a little bit of a risk, develop a board, and say, you won't have another Mowgli. There's no way you'll have another Mowgli, right? Like it's not gonna happen. So let's see if that's the case that happens here. Has Lifeless taken some time to make a choice, kind of what's the route that I want to go here? We do see another Pudge come down, and let's see if we're going to see a Tramp, because that does, the 5 cards down with 2 ink is going to let you play that Tramp, because Tramp, and you also have Grandmother Willow, so Grandmother Willow going to make that Tramp cost even less here. So at this point, Lifeless may be wanting to flood the board with a bunch of characters. That way he's able to then, oh, does he have enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 6, 7. Only 7. So can't sing under the sea, wanting to just get some draw in there. So at this point, it looks like Adrian has a little bit of room to breathe. He does top deck that Demona, so he's 1 turn away from the Demona now. So he can kind of relax. I think if he's able to get this Demona off before and Under the Sea comes in here, then he's in a really good place. And even if he's not, and Under the Sea is not going to be the end of the world. It only clears 2 characters. It leaves the Captain Hook. As we develop another Grandmother Willow on this side of Lifeless, 2 cards in hand, and he did ink a Tramp Enterprising Dog. So that Tramp Enterprising Dog, of course, not going to be super needed right now. Not really attacking anything. So now, if you are Adrian, that Demona is looking mighty nice right now. Both of you only drawing 1 card here. So now Calhoun's going to be able to put in some work. Even Captain Hook able to take something out, as well as that Genie going to be able to take something out as well. So being able to hit these Grandmother Willows when you know your opponent's probably sitting on a Stitch Shift is gonna feel pretty good right now. That's gonna feel really good for Adrian here. He's having the start that he wants to see, and it all stems back from that really top tier decision of choosing to know what his opponent's playing, know that he's playing that the Shift Stitch, and then deciding to Strength of a Raging Fire instead of developing a character. And that was definitely a top tier decision there. So we do see another Tramp Enterprising Dog coming down, being able to answer and take out that Calhoun, but we're okay with that as we see the shift stitch go into the inkwell. So Demona coming down just in time to be able to prevent that stitch from coming down and going really wide. So here a couple of really good options for Adrian here. He's going to be able to maybe play the genie and that would let him draw, right? So getting that draw in there and then getting a Cheshire Cat down is going to feel really good. And then taking out the Pudge. Now you can quest because you only have 2 cards in hand and you don't feel threatened by anything, as well as being able to deal 4 damage with that Strength of a Raging Fire. This is exactly where Adrian wants to be right now. All right, we do see the lady come down. That's not the end of the world. Lady's gonna be able to pull back possibly those 2 grandmother willows, but with the strength of a raging fire, you're in a good place. Okay, so we see a grandmother willow plus a stitch. That tells us that in the hand of Lifeless is still another shift stitch. So I think if you're Adrian, you might want to hold on to that strength, but he is going to use it. He does take out that lady. So now Adrian kind of gonna have to do some major questing very quickly, right? Because he doesn't want to deal with how wide the board can get that quickly because of the shift stitch that's going to be coming down. So now Adrian able to quest down with everything, going up to 12, representing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So representing game on board. So again, Adrian, it goes back to turn 3. That turn 3 play of saying, I don't need to develop a character. I need to prevent my opponent from developing characters and using that strength of a raging fire to take out that stitch, the 2-1 stitch, and saying, I got this. And he did. He prevented that shift stitch, and it made all the difference in the world. We'll see if there's anything Lifeless can do here, but I don't know if there's a world where there is. And we don't even see the shift stitch in hand as he plays the tramp, and that's going to be game 1. So game 1 going to Adrian on the play here. One thing to note, the one loss that Adrian had in the Swiss that was 6 rounds was 2 dogs. Currently, Skater Girl that's in second seed was able to get the win against Adrian. So also on dogs. So, spoiler alert for any of her future opponents, but they have open deck lists, so it'll be okay. As we try and work through this situation right here, how's everybody doing that's watching the stream? How you all doing? If you guys want to be in the next Mad Hatter tournament, we're going to be starting it next set. We do one every set. You can win with a Mad Hatter's Champion mat. That's what you walk away with. And then we also do um, and then anything that people donate. So sometimes the players will donate stuff and that goes to the winners, or they'll say, hey, do a raffle and that will go to the winner. But yeah, we'll kind of let them figure this out. They might be starting a new match. Hey, what's up, Tom? No worries, man. Hope you're doing all right. Hope everything is going well with the fam as well. So they might just need to start a new match. But yeah, no worries. We're having a good time. We're having fun. Right after this one, ladies and gentlemen, we will have a paper game. It won't be duels. It will be it's gonna be Top Deck against and Top Deck's he won the last Mad Hatters tournament, so he's coming back trying to win his second event, but they're going to be playing with paper against the Flame, and it's going to be a blue steel versus amber steel mid-range game. So going to be a really interesting one. And they don't see the chat. So let me see if I can get a hold of one of them to have them. So stand by really quick, guys. I'm going to see if I can get a hold of one of them and have them. There we go. Okay, they're redoing it. They got it. All right. They got this. All right. Hey, Matt, what's going on, man? Thank you very much. Jeremy Walker, we'd love to have you, man. All right. It's a good time. It seems like everybody still had a good time, even those that didn't make top 16. So I wonder if did duels go down? Does anybody know? All right, they're gonna try redoing it. So let's see what happens. But yeah, we'd love to have anybody who wants to join. We had 65 players in this online event. So 6 rounds, and then we did a poll. Do we want to cut to top 8 or top 16? And the people voted for top 16. So that's what we went with. But top 65 people. It was definitely a good sized event that, and the way it works for anybody watching that doesn't know, is um the players get to decide on what colors they're going to use. So if I wanted to play it, then going into round 1, I have to decide what colors I'm going to use for the entire event. So if I chose Amber Steel, then I have to use Amber Steel for the entire event, but I can change any card I want in the deck in between rounds. So it doesn't matter what I do. And it's not open deck list for the whole thing. Um it's just going into the game, and then all right, perfect. And then yeah, and then I need him to push F11. Perfect. All right. So going into game 2, Adrian's on the draw, right? So let's see if he's able to repeat the same thing into it. So again, I wonder if what he was looking for was Strength of a Raging Fire, knowing that that's what he wanted to see into the dog's game. Looks like he's debating keeping Genie, which is going to be an interesting one when you're already sitting on Calhoun. I don't know how necessary Genie is in this matchup, but we'll kind of see as he gets Red of Strength and the Angel here. So very interesting choice while still sitting on that possible Genie. Jeremy, how do you sign up? All you got to do is join the Discord. That's it. You don't need to be a Patreon or a YouTube supporter or anything like that. Anyone can join the Discord, and then I'll make a big announcement that signups are up, and then anyone's allowed to join. Like it's as easy as that. Which is 100% my way of giving back to anybody that watches my content and supports me in that way and just wants to get some practice in and make a better Lorcana community, right? So I ask for nothing in return. But yeah, it's so we'll kind of looks like Lifeless is taking his time, really thinking through this altar here. Or maybe I think it's Adrian's turn to alter. So okay, so looks like he is gonna keep that Genie there. So interesting choice to do that. Very interesting to keep that on Inkable Genie and then get rid of a Strength of a Raging Fire. And when that Strength of a Raging Fire was such a big card in his last matchup. So really interested in that. Unfortunately, we won't have time for interviews because right as soon as this game finishes, we're jumping into our next game. So, but this game has started. We ink the Captain Hook. We play a Captain Hook. And excuse me, the nice thing about that Captain Hook is it's going to prevent Lifeless from getting any questing in. So again, doing exactly what you want to do. You want to slow down the dog's deck. That way you can start to develop things and try and get things going before they can get things going. So Captain Hook comes down next. And then we see a lady on the side of Lifeless. And let's see if he has another 1-drop here. Lifeless, unfortunately, not able to find a Grandmother Willow, but he does find that Stitch. And this is where it's going to get really dangerous now, because if we're going to see the shift Stitch here, there's nothing that Zane or Adrian's going to be able to do to stop that shift Stitch from just flooding the entire board. And he doesn't have it. He does not have it. So that is going to be really big here. So very, very lucky. So are we going to see another Strength of a Raging Fire on turn 3 to prevent the possibility of top decking that shift Stitch? That's gonna be the decision here. Or does Adrian want to take the risk to develop a board? And he says, nope, I don't even want to risk you possibly top decking the shift Stitch. Get that thing out of here. I don't want to deal with it, as we go ahead and strength that Stitch and say, let's slow it down a lot. So Mowgli comes down, hits nothing. So Lifeless just not seeing what he wants to see here. And unfortunately, that Mowgli just not making the cut there. Now, if you are Lifeless, maybe you could have quested with Nani, but there's a possibility he's sitting on that Tramp. So Tramp going to be able to come down next turn, let him find maybe the Shift Stitch, maybe an Under the Sea that would which would go really well with Adela's Moon Lullaby. But so far, the game looking very similar to how it went last game with the Captain Hook into Calhoun, into Strength, into Genie. Adrian doing the exact same things he was doing last game, but it worked last game, so why not this game? As Lifeless this time, able to see the 7 cost Tramp against 7 cost Tramp when you play, or you, this card costs 1 less for every character you have on the field. So 4 characters plus 3 ink equals a Tramp. And then you can draw as many cards as you have characters on the field and then discard the same amount. So the Tramp comes down. Things that you'd be looking for in a dog deck, normally something like Chromicon, if you were running it. Lifeless is not. In this case, Under the Seas are going to be really good. Della's Moon Lullabies, maybe a Shift Stitch if you think you're going to make it there. But when we look at Adrian's hand, definitely getting punished for all those genies. He's not, or definitely getting punished for keeping the genie as he top decks a dock into a genie now. So little bit stuck here now as next turn he's just going to play a genie and pass. And even if he finds an ink, he's still not able to do anything else. So in a kind of a rough spot where he had to make a choice there. But I think we're going to see maybe a Della's Moon Lullaby and an Under the Sea come in here. Are we going to see it? And then you have to make a choice. Are you going to? No, he doesn't have it. So he's opting to give up that Lilo as Adrian top decks another Calhoun. So the Uninkables are just eating Adrian alive here. But I think you have to play the Calhoun here because you don't want to develop more characters that cost 2 or less. So Adrian's going back. He's looking at something here. So trying to figure something out, maybe not exactly sure what he's looking for here, but he's looking for something. So I can respect it, saying I want some knowledge. I want some ideas of what my opponent may have been doing. And that's one of the nice things about, the duels is you can do that. It makes it a little bit easy. I don't know if easier is the right word because it's also very easy to just say, "Hey, can I see your discard?" But it looks like Adrian gonna go ahead and play that Calhoun, which I really feel like is the right move. And then that lets us develop 2 characters, and then we can also, do we want to take out? Oh, interesting. I really like that decision. So Adrian, instead of taking the bait, Adrian doesn't gain the 2 lore from the Calhoun. Instead says, hey, if you want to Under the Sea me, you go ahead and Under the Sea me, but I'm not going to take the bait. I'm not going to let you take out my Calhoun as he develops a Jumba. So at this point, Lifeless is in a kind of an interesting position. He's able to quest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 here. He did have the Tramp in his hand, so Adrian, again, another top-notch decision, not taking the Calhoun bait, and instead challenging with that Genie, and that way his Calhoun stays ready. So now, oh, okay, it comes back up. Perfect. So now Adrian has some choices to make. Uh, are we gonna get it? So Calhouns are gonna be able to take out 2 characters here. It looks like he's going to ink that giant cobra, but he might need that. The only way he gets punished is if his opponent has a Della's Moon Lullaby in hand. But right now, Captain Hooks are going to be able to take out 2 characters and gain them 4 lore. So what do we need to do here? It looks like Matt Lifeless is representing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 lore. So Adrian only needs to take out 2 characters here. So we do have quite a few options. It looks like he's going to go ahead. Looks like he's going to go ahead and boost here to be able to take out a few extra characters. Captain Hook will be able to challenge into the Nani. So let's see what he takes out here. Looks like he's going to be a Grandmother Willow. And then Calhoun is going to be able to take out really anything. He could take out the ladies here. And I think taking out the ladies would be probably his best choice. So he could take out the Mowglian lady with the Calhouns and Captain Hook into the other lady. Oh, he is gonna discard those genies. Ooh, but that Olaf is gonna be very nice here. That Olaf's gonna let him be able to replay that dock, which is gonna feel really good. It could also let him bounce a Cheshire Cat. But now, still, Calhouns are gonna be able to gain him some lore, take him up to interesting. So he's really wants to take out that Tramp, and I don't know if that's the way he wanted to go with this. Because the reason being is that Tramp isn't changing a whole lot. All right. Let's see. That's an interesting choice. He could have taken out a couple more characters, but he is going to make some challenges here. Takes out that Nani, so it's going to be difficult. He's going to have to send the Jumba into the cat if he wants to get rid of that cat. But now Lifeless is only representing one, two, three, four, five lore here. So I think Doc, you could possibly just quest, but says, nope, I'm just going to put as much damage as I can. And then what are we going to do if we're in Lifeless's position? Because now Adrian is representing, if only, even if he only quests, he is representing one, two, Nani's in my way, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. So representing a 2-turn clock right now for Adrian, as he does see a Stitch. So that may be a shift stitch in hand, but Jumba's gonna have to do some challenging here. I think you're gonna have to. Nani can take out a Calhoun. Jumba can take out a Cheshire Cat, and that's gonna slow down Adrian quite a bit. Mowgli or Tramp can take out the other Captain Hook. Because if that is a shift stitch in hand, then there is a world where if Lifeless takes out enough characters now, he's able to develop enough characters over his next 2 turns to be able to catch up and get what he needs to get. So he only takes out the Captain Hook and passes. So right now, Adrian is representing one, two, three, four, five. Oh, but we see the angel. Unfortunately, not able to play the angel because we bricked so much on Docs and Calhouns and Genies earlier. But Adrian is going to put the pressure on. He says, hey, figure it out because now I'm representing game because he has one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now Lifeless has to get rid of 2 characters here. So he has a couple. Oh, the Under the Sea comes in. Jumba able to remove quite a few characters here. The Calhouns will stay. And so the Nani, will he bounce anything? So he does bounce the Cheshire Cat. And then Nani's are going to be able to remove the Calhouns here. Is that going to be enough? The Under the Sea top deck was everything that he needed to see. What a massive, massive top deck as he has a Tramp. So now the Tramp can take out the Calhoun and the Nani can take out the Calhoun. And then he can quest for 2 with Nani and Stitch to go to 12, representing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on board here. So Elsa is going to be able to come down, take out a Stitch. All right, so he is going to be able to take out the Stitch. He does have the Cheshire Cat in hand, so next turn he will be able to move 2 damage. But is that going to be enough? He does have the other Lilo in hand, so Lilo's going to be able to take out a lot. But in the discard of Lifeless, we know there's at least one 2-cost Lilo Escape Artist. Oh, wow. That Under the Sea was everything that Lifeless needed to see. That was such a big turn for Lifeless. That was his boat that he needed to save him, and man, did it come in clutch. So is it gonna be enough? It looks like no play from Lifeless here, which tells us that there's a good chance that the card in hand is going to be a lady. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could be a lady. It could be a tramp. It could be a Nani. There's a lot of things that it could be. But now let's see what we can do here. Looks like we're gonna play that Angel and the Lilo. So the reason being 16, 17, 18, 19, 16, 17, 18, 19. So holding him off, he's holding him off. He's doing his best. And then Angel, though, is going to be able to challenge a readied character because she is an alien. He's on oh my goodness. As another Under the Sea comes off the top, ladies and gentlemen, and that's going to be game 2. Dog's able to do it. That Under the Sea is just so powerful for these decks. Man, oh man. Ooh, down here it's wetter. Under the Sea. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Look at Adrian though, letting him get that quest out, letting him quest to 20, saying, hey, you won this game. I'm going to let you get that 20 lore, and let's move it on to game 3. Ooh, Under the Sea, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, that card, will it infuriate somebody? Will it infuriate someone? Because nothing hurts more than playing around their Under the Sea for them to be able to find the Under the Sea off the top. And the number of times I've Mowgli or Ludwig von Drake, and then I search their hand, and then what do they draw off the top? And Under the Sea. And it feels bad. And it hurts a little bit. It hurts a little bit because I like the song so much and it's a great movie. And then now Lorcana will always, every time I hear it, will always make that song a little bit worse. A little bit, it'll make me a little bit angry every time I hear it. So, all right. So on to game 2, as we're sending a lot away, keeping that Calhoun, keeping that Elsa. No one drop for Adrian here, and that's gonna hurt. No one drop, no Strength of a Raging Fire, and this is gonna feel really, really bad here. So we're gonna have to ink and pass, and let's see what you're able to do. Fortunately, you do have a turn 2 Calhoun into a turn 3 Cobra, so it's not the end of the world. You still have time, but you're missing some really important pieces here. That being a Strength of a Raging Fire, that being that one drop to just slow them down because, well, that it's a big deal, right? So we do find the Strength of a Raging Fire, so we are going to be able to slow down the the shift stitch potentially. So it's going to be a weak turn as we only have a Calhoun down, but Calhoun's enough to slow our opponent down. So let's see if we see the Willow into Stitch here. There's the Willow, there's the Stitch. So now we see a second Calhoun as we're going to ink that Cobra, and I think we're going to see another hard-casted Strength of a Raging Fire here as as we're having a little bit of trouble with the game right now. So we're going to go ahead and refresh it, and let's see if it decides to work now. All right, we're going to see that. So luckily, Adrian's been able to see that Strength of a Raging Fire every single time. You know, he's being able to get it. He's going to be able to do it. Now, he's defeating the Huns, right? Gosh, what a great song, too. What a great song. Say goodbye to those who knew me. Boy, was I a fool in school for cutting Jim. This guy's got us scared to death. He doesn't see right through me. Boy, I really wish that I knew how to swim, as we ink a 7-cost tramp and play the 5-cost lady. Oh, wow. So really top-notch play there, because by playing the lady, he's able to bring back the Stitch. Now, unfortunately for Lifeless, a really top-notch play that immediately gets punished by Strength of a Raging Fire, because unfortunately enough for Adrian, he was able to find it, but at the same time, Adrian's not developing anything. There's no board on Adrian's side besides that one Calhoun that's just fighting for her life here. So we are going to be able to do some questing with the lady. Now, yes, there is an Elsa in the hand of Adrian, so he's going to be able to take out that lady if he wants, but at the same time, he will lose the Calhoun. So it's, oh man. All right, he's going to be patient. He's going to be really patient, and he gets rewarded for being patient as Adrian top decks a Spin. So that Spin would have been able to make that perfect trade and just really punished questing with that lady. So let's see how we develop. Are we going to see another 7-cost tramp? We know one went into the Inkwell earlier. Unfortunately, the Mowgli coming down just too late, but possibility to still play that 7 cost tramp here to be able to do a lot of digging. But if you're sitting in Lifeless's shoes right now and you see a Sven, an Elsa, and a Doc, you're not in the best of places. So let's kind of see how things develop here. Now, if Lifeless does ink next turn, so let's say in a world where Adrian probably plays the Elsa here, if he plays the Elsa to take Calhoun, then that is going to prevent Lifeless from getting that shift stitch down anytime soon, as he does not ink here. So his hand a little bit rough, but we're going to see the Elsa come down. Elsa's going to take out that Grandmother Willow to prevent that stitch from coming down next turn, possibly. And we're going to go ahead and start getting some free questing in. So right now, one thing to keep in mind is Lifeless is sitting on that under the sea value. He's able to clear an Elsa. He's able to clear a Genie if he really wanted to. So there's 4 ink. So 1 away from... No. I think the shift stitch is 6 ink if I remember correctly. Um, Oh boy, anyone in the chat? There's the Under the Sea. So the Under the Sea does come down. Now that Sven though, he's next turn, Lifeless or Adrian's gonna be able to play that Sven to take out the lady, and then Calhoun's able to take out the Nani, and then we're able to develop the Doc as well in the same turn. So it's gonna be a really strong turn here. As Lifeless does quest with the lady there. All right. Well, Adrian does top deck a dock. He's having the worst of luck with these docks, but let's see. We're going to play discarding the 1 dock and finds another dock. So, man, Adrian going to be able to go dock into dock, which is going to feel really good because he's also going to get to quest off of, or he's going to get to draw 2 off of that Hades because Lifeless is probably going to develop the Stitch here. Let's see if he has the ink to shift the stitch. He does not. But with that being said, now, if you're Adrian, you're going to be able to play that Hades and draw 2 because Lifeless can't afford to get rid of that Stitch. That Stitch is his only out here, and that's a good out because he's going to be able to go super wide really, really quickly because that's what the card does so well. Now, let's see. So Adrian not inking or not questing with the dock there. I think he would have been okay too, but there's the shift stitch. Now, let's see. Is Lifeless going to be able to go incredibly wide next turn? And it's all going to depend on what's in his hand right now and what there's an Under the Sea. That Under the Sea is an interesting play because if Adrian's going to be able to, oh man. And Adrian's going to be able to remove the stitch and that's going to be game over. That Under the Sea, I don't know if you needed to make that play, and I think he's going to sleep tonight really regretting that choice. Yep. And there goes the good game from Lifeless, as unfortunate to just... Now, he knew, like, oh man, and this game was effectively over too, and Lifeless, unfortunately, he knew what was in his opponent's hand. Well, not anymore. He didn't know if there was a dock, and at the same time, this game is far from over. There's still time. There's still, where there's a will, there's a way, especially when you're running the shift stitch, right? So maybe we'll be able to get there. Time will tell as he goes ahead and it deals 2 damage to that lady. But the Under the Sea may have been a little rushed there, and I think Lifeless is probably thinking the same thing. And we see the Grandmother Willow into ladies. And at this point, I think that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see. Dogs is one of those decks that is never down from the count, right? It can find a way at any time. Anytime you think, all right, I'm so far ahead, Dogs is one of those decks that always has the chance to really get there as Adrian finds a 4th dock. And hey, sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, it's just better to be lucky than good. And yes, there were some misplays on both sides, but at the same time, Adrian saw 4 docks. He top decked 2 Strengths of a Raging Fire. And sometimes that's just what you got to do, right? Sometimes you just have to hope that the heart of the cards is with you. And for Adrian, it was this game. It really was. So, unfortunately, life support is here as Adrian's going to be able to quest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. So, representing a 2-turn clock. Unfortunately, not able to pull anything off of that tramp either because he had no cards in hand. So, let's see. And just pass his turn as we see a Demona. So, insult to injury. As we don't play the Demona because we don't want to give card draw, and you don't really need to, right? Like, yes, you could clear their entire board with the Demona, and maybe there's a good argument to do so. As we go ahead and we see the concede go in. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all there is. So that is all there is. So congratulations to Adrian getting that game on the play with Amethyst Steel against Dogs, that Amber Emerald. So really good job, Adrian. Really proud of you. And now it's waiting for our next game, ladies and gentlemen. So our next game is gonna be paper. So we'll kind of see how they're doing and how it's looking for them. Uh, let's see. Game. Nope. Game room. What is it called? Matchup room. All right. Match up. Maybe you can't tag. Maybe you can't tag rooms to play in. So, uh, all right. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we wait. So I know that their match wasn't planned for a moment. So, bang. Okay. Let's see. Their game was planned for 9 Central, so it should be happening any moment now because I believe 9 Central is 10 Eastern right now, if I remember correctly. Hey, no worries, Lifeless, man. Hey, no worries at all. Hey, good luck waking up super early, man. That time is coming quick. So really good games. So really, really good games, brother. All right. So it looks like they are getting ready. It looks like I may have been a little early. I may have been an hour early. So hey, maybe I'm not super great with time zones as well. So but how's everybody doing? Is everybody ready for set champs? Excited? I am, as much as I can be. Last set I treated set champs kind of like locals where I just kind of I went to yeah, the Raging Fires were brutal. I went to the games, or I went to my set champs because I really wanted to support the stores and I really wanted to hang out with some of the locals. But then I would leave. I would play for like the first 3 rounds. I would do really well, like, good enough to make top cut and stuff. But then I would take off because I really just wanted to support the stores. I really wanted to play some games and see my
Damn it.
friends.
Wow. I'm
All
here.
right. Yeah,
What's up?
what's going on, man? All right, let's see.
Ooh.
I really wanted to support the local stores and everything, and then I would just kind of take off. The mat didn't mean a whole lot to me. It didn't really mean anything to me because there was no kind of ROI for me. So, because with the entrance fee of the event and the mat being what it was, the ROI was like $6 an hour. So I just went and hung out with friends. And I was perfectly fine with that. And honestly, it made me enjoy the set champs and Lorcana more. Be- I thought that was fun. So, will I do that this time around? Molly really wants a Tinkerbell, so I'll at least play one for real and play it out and see how it goes. But other than that, I think I'll just chill out again and have fun. It's not that I don't enjoy the meta. I do. I'm loving my off meta decks. I'm loving how good off meta decks are right now. Like everything's kind of just playable right now, and I think that's really exciting. Now, yes, there are tier 1 decks, like some decks are just better than others and that's it. Some decks are just better than others, and that's that. Dogs is really good. Blurple is really good. Like there are tier 1 decks, but the tier 1.5 and tier 2 decks are very good still. And I think that's fun. I know some people hate metas like that, but that's fine. You know, it's they hate metas like that because they can't predict the meta. So they can't predict the tech to run. And I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right? So for those just joining, we're just waiting on our other match to start. It's going to be Flame Hashira or Austin versus Top Deck King, otherwise known as Zane. So Zane is the winner of our last match or our last winter spell. Sorry, our last Mad Hatter event. So he's coming back. He's locked in. He's ready to rock and roll. Not running green purple this time. So this time around, let's see if I can get their lists on screen actually. As we'll go here. That will give us something to look at for a second. So not this one. We're doing some live action here. So we want this one. We'll go ahead and throw up Zane's list. Oh wow, that is a lot bigger than I wanted it to be. All right. So he did just say he was having a hard time figuring out what he wanted. So he's like, you know what? You know who's been running a lot of blue steel? Create. So he just straight up said, I'm gonna run Create's list. Hey, and good for him, man. Like if the list is doing him good, why not? Because now he's up against some amber steel mid range. So this is what we're looking at. When we look at both lists are a little bit more standard. We're looking at Top Deck King or Zane running this blue steel list. Very streamlined list. You're looking for 268, but you also have the option to get that Jasmine out. That's going to let you draw a lot of cards and get going and do what you need to do. And then you have the Thunderbolts and the Let It Goes to control the field. Meanwhile, you have the other option if you don't want to go Jasmine, you just go 246 and you play the Goliath, right? In a matchup like this, Goliath might not be as strong as it could be in other matches, like maybe Blurple, but I think going something like the Jasmine route could be good. Also, just getting down that Tinkerbell early, maybe a Hades early, because one thing you do have to remember is Chief is going to come down. When we look at the list of Flame, we're only on 2 Chiefs. So it looks like the things that do stand out is we're on the 1 Ursula, only 3 of the Stitches, which is an interesting one. A lot of these lists do really value the Stitch draw package. So only running 3 in here, and then one of the Plutos. Pluto unfortunately not going to be able to put in a lot of work in this matchup. So but it's still a 5/5. It's still quest for 2. So it has that going for it as well. So we'll kind of see how this goes. See what they're able to do. This list, the Amber Steel list, can go under Blue Steel. It does have the ability to just go really wide, really quickly, and put in the work that it needs to put. And we'll see. We're gonna see. We'll see if he's able to do it, right? For those recently joining, we're just waiting on our next match. Um, as there's Austin's face as he's setting up his webcam and just waiting on our buddy Zane here. But I think I may have been an hour early for these two. They said 9 p.m. Central. Let's go ahead and get some Google up here because I thought I was only an hour ahead. 9 p.m. Central to Eastern time. 9 p.m. Central is 10 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so Zane's late. Zane's late then. It's not me. But yeah, we'll see. So we got a fan of Austin here. Is it now? MelOCD261 or MelocD261. Are you a fan of Austin or are you a fan of Amber Steele? Is which one are we rooting here for? Which one are we rooting here for? Oh, is that actually is it actually your son? Is it actually your son? Oh, it looks like Zane has joined us, so we do have both competitors here. So looks like
What's up,
Goat is
Flame?
all right. I'm gonna go ahead and mute him. I'm gonna go ahead and mute him. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna keep this up for now, so I might have to communicate with them. So we'll see. We'll let them get things started and make sure that we're able to get this going. Last time we did this using Pixelborn Connect when they played with cards. So, but we shouldn't have to. I should be okay getting this set up. So I'm gonna go ahead and oh, you are Austin. Oh, yes, of course, of course, of course. Okay, it's all coming back to me now. It's all coming back to me. Um, it's all coming back to me now. I'm tracking. Austin's been on Amber Steel a long time. He's been playing a lot more aggro though in the last couple sets. So I hope that he's enjoying more of a mid-range package going into it. So, and also this is his first Mad Hatters tournament, but it's all coming back to me. Well, I'm glad Amber Steel has its time. And Infinity is here. So have you guys been playing any Infinity? So down with Amber Steel. Matthew said, I do not want to see Amber Steel going. So Milk goes in last. I love some of the names sometimes. So, for those joining, we are waiting on them to get their webcams set up. That's what they're trying to work on right now. A little bit late. Zane's a little bit late, but we're being a little patient. Let him do his thing. As soon as they get their as soon as they get their webcam set up, we will be able to start and rock and roll. I'm actually going to mute their audio really quick so I can listen in on what they're talking about. So make sure things are going smoothly. Oh, I'm going to need my hands quick. All right, guys, how we doing? Oh, you're not going to do webcams then. Okay. No worries. Yeah, no worries, man. All right, hey, no worries, man. Duels will work, so we can do that, and then hey, it works because we have the option, right? So it works out really well. So sweet. I'm gonna essentially I'll just need one of you to set up the game, right? And then share your screen of when you get it set up, and then I'll be able to stream your screen. Make sense? All right, too easy. So. And then if you guys and then make sure whoever streams it, you go full screen. So make sure you click F11. Cool? Okay. And then if you both wanted to share your screen, you could probably do that and I could switch back and forth. But that's a lot as as long as one of you do. But so sweet. All right. I'm going to go ahead and mute myself again. If you guys need me, message me in the chat. Cool? Okay. All right, guys. Here we go. On my way home, I'm excited to see this match. Hopefully, not driving on your way home, brother. Matthew, the car guy. Hopefully, not. You're going to wreck your car. All right, sweet. What is this mouse doing? Okay, so we got Austin here. I taught Zane everything I know. Told him to watch my YouTube. Hey, what's going on, Create? Yeah, what's going on, man? So yeah, you know what he said. He messaged me. He's like, man, Blue Steel is giving me a lot of trouble, figuring out what tech I want to run. And I was like, "I don't know what to tell you, man. Good luck. I can't give advice here." But it looks like he said, "You know what? I'm just gonna go with someone who's been playing it a lot." So, okay, let's switch over to the game. Let me get my noggin out of the way here because we don't need to see that big old thing. Zane, top deck king, I believe, is gonna be on the play. I want to make sure they got that right because it is based on seeding. So I want to make sure. Okay, so yes, Zane is going to be on the play here. So let's get back to the match and let's rock and roll. We are watching from Austin's point of view because he is the one streaming. Now, if they're both streaming, we will be able to kind of click back and forth if that's not super difficult. Okay, it is only Austin streaming. So we will be watching from Austin's point of view as we ink a let it go for Zane and pass. So no Jasmine, no shift Jasmine coming down. But we see that Austin gonna ink that Goliath because he's probably gonna let Zane try and play that Goliath. Let Zane give him that free ink. And that's interesting. So we had a Tipo come down, which tells us that the hand of Zane, top deck king, may be a little bricky. It may be a little bricky that he valued that Tipo over the sale, or he has a Pleakley in hand. So that Pleakley is going to let him do that 2-4-6 route that he wouldn't be able to do without the Cinderella. So two different options there. So we'll see, is the Pleakley going to come down on turn 3 or not? And Zane taking a moment, probably debating, do I want to develop this or do I want to develop the Mowgli to try and hit maybe a Thunderbolt? No, no Pleakley either. Playing that Sail, inking Namari, playing another Sail. So Zane just seeing all of the sails. And if we see a Goliath in this next turn, that is going to force a lot of cards out of the hand of Austin here. So are we going to see it? Looks like he may be debating playing that Mowgli here, trying to hit anything. And will if he goes that route, so we see a Tinkerbell and Hades. So man, well, there's a lot of good news coming for Zane because yes, he is down 3 let it goes now. He does have a lot of that stuff gone. He has 3 sales that are gone now, 1 Tipo that is gone now. That means that he's not gonna have a lot of those bad top decks later on. Meanwhile, next turn he's gonna be able to develop a Tinkerbell if he really needed to. He could develop Hades here just to take out Lilo. I don't think you need to, though. Developing a Tinkerbell is really good because you just blow things up for the rest of the game, especially in a deck like Amber Steel Midrange that is really looking to get a lot of its draw through drawing with something like Stitch. Now, one thing going for Austin here is he's only on 3 Stitches, so he doesn't have to rely on that as much, but now, looks like he is going to quest here, which is an interesting choice because that Tinkerbell gonna put in some work now, but he may be saying, I want to play this and do this option. Wow, as we see 2 Thunderbolts and a Stitch go into the Inkwell here, or Scar, go to the bottom of your deck for not Nani, for those that don't remember, maybe you haven't seen it enough yet. The Nani, of course, letting you see the top 4 cards of your deck, and then you can choose one character that is 2 strength or less, and put it into your hand. As we sing the Strength of a Raging Fire, dealing 4 damage to that Tinkerbell. So now if you are Zane and you challenge into anything, yes, you'll be able to remove 2 characters, but you do lose that Tinkerbell. And let's see if we're going to see that Hades come down on the Lilo. And that's going to hurt. That Lilo is a big win con for Amber Steel. And it looks like that's what we're going to see here as the Lilo goes into the Inkwell. We are going to get to develop the Stitch. So Stitch is going to be resilient to things like Vincenzo. So that's going to be probably guaranteeing at least 1 draw for Zane here. Looks like we are going to... Looks like couple choices here. So... All right, so Austin is going for the let's go wide route. I don't want you to be able to answer my Stitch. I just want to go really wide here and maybe that's going to be able to do it for me. So he does get rid of the Stitch, and we know he only runs 3, and we saw 1 go to the bottom of his deck, 1 in the Inkwell, so he's down to 1. So let's see if the going the wide route, let's see what we develop here for Zane, because if it is a Hades, we definitely chose correctly here. Meanwhile, Austin going to be able to do some good things this next turn. We develop a Pete. So now Zane is going to be able to do a lot of searching through his deck next turn. Going to be able to draw 1, but search 2 cards deep. For those that don't remember, the Pete is a boost 1. He's a 5/5/1. For every card underneath him, you do get to look at the top, though that number of cards off the top of your deck and draw 1 of them. So Zane is going wide. He's doing what he needs to do. Next turn, he is able to quest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 as another Hades shows up. And that's exactly what Austin did not want to see here. Those Lilo's not going to be able to come back. Now, yes, 1 per turn is, and you're going to be able to get that to come back for the rest of the game because you have so much ink. But 2 Hades hitting 2 Lilos is a really rough position. We do get a Rhino, so Rhino is going to be able to get some lore, maybe force a challenge out of the Pete if Zane really wanted to take it out with just 1 character. Looks like we're debating, do we want to take out the Hades here? And looks like we do want to take out the Hades. Just kidding. Just kidding. Hold up. Hold the phone. We don't want to take out the Hades quite yet. Wondering maybe I just want to chill out for a second. Now, Austin has only seen 1 Strength of a Raging Fire, so there's still more in his deck. There's but he does go ahead and take that challenge. It's not every day that you see a 2/2 Angel take out a 3/6 Hades, but today it's happened. And let's see what we're able to do. Zane does have 1 more Let It Go in his deck. We still searching for the 4 Vincenzos. There's 3 more Tinkerbells. We have not seen any Thunderbolts yet. So still lots of really good answers. And when you're searching what I believe is 3 cards deep, you're able to find a lot of those answers as an Angel comes down, discarding a Cinderella, taking out that Grandmother Willow. And now it's just kind of cleanup duty. And you have a lot of really good cards that help you clean up and develop a board. We do see there's that Chief. So Chief is gonna be annoying to deal with. You're gonna get some free questing here out of the Rhino and the Lilo. Now, it's annoying to deal with. It's not impossible, right? Pete can just challenge in the Chief on his own. Angel is able to just deal 2 damage and then take out the Chief as well. Or we can top deck a Vincenzo, and Vincenzo can come down, deal 3 damage, then we take it out with something else. Top deck Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt could come down, Tipo could take out the Chief. And that's what we see. So Thunderbolt comes down, Tipo's gonna be able to take out. Hang on. Okay. I missed something there, and that's one of the things I hate about duels. So we've cleared the whole board. Angel discarded a Pleakley to be able to do 2 damage and remove the Lilo. We'd used Thunderbolt on the Rhino. And I missed how the Chief got answered, but the Chief is gone. The Chief got answered, and Pete is now looking, I think, 4 cards deep every single turn here. So being able to find all the answers as a Vincenzo comes down, and now representing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think that's game for this one, and we're gonna start heading into game 2 in a moment here. Things were going rough. This is one thing to note is Amber Steel typically does not want to see Blue Steel. Blue Steel loves to see these mid-range decks because it just has oh yes, Kyle coming in. You always forget. I always forget about the deity because it so rarely comes up. Oftentimes Blue Steel is the only deck that really gets to appreciate the fact that Thunderbolt has Challenger +2 for your deities because it's one of the only decks that runs a deity plus Thunderbolt. So, hey, You gotta love synergy as another Let It Go comes down, and we take out an Ursula. And unfortunately, Austin only able to quest for 3 here and going to be able to quest out on this next turn. So good try going into game 2. This time, Austin will be on the play. Despite everything, Amber Steel still able to get to 15 lore here on the draw. So really good start. Really putting up quite the fight with all the answers that Blue Steel was able to find. Now, with that being said, Blue Steel or Zane didn't have the most optimal opening either. He saw 4 of his ramp cards early on, so he was forced to just ramp really, really quickly. And that luckily, or not even luckily, he was able to ramp to the Tinkerbell into the Hades. But we're moving on into game 2. And looking at the hand of Austin here, it's an interesting one because you do have the Angels that could discard a Lilo, but Angel's not really a big deal in this matchup. So meanwhile, you could go something like Rhino into Lilo and opt to go really wide, but we do see now you have the option. You could do something. Never mind. We're just gonna not pretend that I wasn't gonna say anything as we ink the Rhino, and it looks like Austin's gonna choose that route of let's go really wide here. Okay, so he's gonna try and play the Rhino, develop. Ooh, so there's the Grandmother Willow. So now he can decide. Okay, and I like that choice a lot. So I really like this choice because it's gonna force him to get rid of something, and then next turn, we're able to ink, hopefully draw an inkable, ink that so we can play the Grandmother Willow plus the Lilo. So really like this play, not slowing down to play the Grandmother Willow just yet. You could have done it a little bit differently, right? You could have done something like played the Grandmother Willow this turn to play Mowgli and everything next turn, but didn't need to. As we ink the Lilo, looks like Nani comes down. We do see 2 Grandmother Willows, so take one of those. And then next turn, we are going to be able to go double Grandmother Willow, or Nani is going to be able to sing a Cood to get out the Goliath if he draws an Inkable here. Unfortunately, Blue Steel does not find the Inkable. Looks like he's gonna Thunderbolt that Angel, which I think is a top-notch play. So kudos. Songs are putting in work today. For those of you that did not see game one, one thing that did happen, or sorry, match one, which was Amber Steel, no, Dogs versus Amethyst Steel. Strength of a Raging Fire put in all of the work that needed to happen. So this game, though, Thunderbolt coming in really nicely here. Looks like we're going to develop that Nani, trying to find a dock and do not find it. That's 2 Nanis deep, digging 8 cards in. No docks yet. But on the flip side, we know we're closing in on dock. We've dug 8 cards in, no dock yet. We have 47. That's leaving us 40 cards left in our deck with no dock. So we know we're closing in. We're able to go really wide here. Gonna be able to play out all these troubadours. We can sing the Akud. So immediately get a little bit punished for playing the troubadour, but we can ink the other one, develop that stitch, and then now if you're Zane really hoping to find a Hades or a Let It Go here. Stopping the bleeding. We do find a Pete, though, and that's going to be really nice. Pete is going to let him take or dig 2 cards deep next turn, or the Pete can also challenge into the Stitch, which is going to be very helpful as well. So let's go ahead and get that draw as we find a Thunderbolt. So Thunderbolt not going to be able to take out the Pete, but next turn, definitely able to. Troubadour is going to be able to take out that Jasmine if he wants. All right, he says, hey, I'm not wasting any time. I'm going to go ahead and deal 1. Now let's see, does he? Okay, perfect. I think that's a top-notch decision. Take out the Jasmine. That way, well, maybe not. Maybe we don't want to. Maybe slowing down just a second, holding off. I do think that the Jasmine is definitely something we don't want to stay on the field, though, because we don't want to see the Shift Jasmine coming down. as we do decide to challenge it. And we have a pretty wide board here. A Tinkerbell would be really nice for Zane here. All right, so we do take out the Stitch here. Do we have the Tinkerbell? No, but Cinderella is going to let us dig, but I don't think it's going to be enough time, as we are going to be able to quest for 5 this turn, going up to 16. Hades only going to be able to answer 1 card if that's what he top decks. Cinderella able to answer another, though. So that is going to hold him to a 2-turn clock if he does have Vincenzo or a Hades in his hand. Doc is going to be able to let him find maybe a Let It Go, a Thunderbolt. An Angel will slow things down, so there is that option as well. Cinderella could challenge the Willow. Angel could take out the Angel or the Nani, which is probably the better thing to take out here. But that leaves 4 on board, and unfortunately not enough because I can't count or read today. So Austin is going to take us into a game 3, able to get that win. He said, "You know what? I'm going to do what Blue Steel hates to see. I'm going to go really wide and hope that you don't find the things you need to answer it." The things being Tinkerbell, really. The Tinkerbell being such a great way to slow down these going wide decks, and when you don't find it, you don't find it. So looks like we are going to go into game. Well, that's not correct. So we'll go ahead and have them go to game 3. Let's make sure they're going to create a new lobby. Let's make sure they. Sweet. All right. Who's playing? All right. Sweet. They're doing it. They're doing the thing. They don't need my help. So they got this. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a game 3. We got a game 3. So, Top Deck King is going to be on the play here. Again, for all of you that have recently joined, this is the Mad Hatter Tournament. This was a 65-player online event. What happens is every 3 days, they get their next round. This was a 6-round event, and they have 3 days to complete their match. And then we cut to top 16, and then now they're playing for top 16. So that's where we're at right now. This is round 1 of Top Cut, so top 16. It is open deck lists. One of the rules of the event is that you have to choose your color pairings for the whole event at the very beginning of the event. So before round 1 starts, you have to choose what colors you're going to play with. You can change any card in your deck throughout the entire event until Top Cut. At Top Cut, no more changes allowed. But that's what's happening. We have a game. We have Zane. Unfortunately, no 1-drop, which, again, not the end of the world as Austin develops his 1-drop, getting that Rhino down as we ink a Vincenzo into Goliath to play the T-post. So we have at least our turn 2 ramp. So now the choice, what are we going to do here? Are we going to develop a Lilo? Do we develop the Troubadour so that we can develop the Stitch? Do we play the Mowgli here? So lots of options here that we could go with, and we are playing it. Just looking at what we got. So we do see the Angel in hand. So the Angel is going to really slow him down a little bit, but it's also going to slow down Austin. And then we have the Goliath. So as long as we top deck Inkables here, he's going to be all right. But he is going to have to top deck at least 1 Inkable to be okay. Now, on the other side of things, Austin is able to develop 2 characters here, going with the Lilo and the Rhino. He's taking his time, though. He knows the Goliath is in the hand of Zane. So I think the route you want to go is go wide. But he says, no, I'm okay with that. And let's see if we're going to get a quest here or kind of chill out. Maybe find a Strength of a Raging Fire. Now, one argument is that there's... All right, so there's the Namari. We know there's a Goliath in hand. Okay, so, okay. We're at the point now where Zane is in top deck mode because in Zane's hand, we know there's a Goliath. So he has to top deck an Inkable here so that he can play that Goliath. Now, Zane, on the other hand, is saying, I want to really get down this boost aerial. So, all right, let's see if we do it. I think inking the Stitch, yep. We get that aerial down. And then when the Goliath comes down, we're able to discard the Lilo. So really excellent play there, recognizing that, maybe remembering, wait a second, I haven't seen a Goliath go in the inkwell. Oh wow. So Zane, unfortunately, top decking a second dock. So Zane top decked dock into dock, which led him to making the choice. Do I chill out and do nothing, or do I ink the Goliath? So he inks the Goliath to play the dock, which finds him the Jasmine. So that does work out really well because now you're keeping the game going instead of being patient, and I don't think being patient is necessarily the game plan you want against Amber Steel when you know how wide they can go very quickly. And Goliath kind of helps out Amber Steel as well. So there is that argument. So let's kind of see how things develop here. Are we going to play the Angel? All right. Looks like we are going to play the Angel and pass. Now, we do know that the Angel is going to probably discard something and then take out the aerial boost, but probably going to see the Jasmine quest first. Never mind. We're going to see the Angel discard a Pleakley to take out an Angel, and we do see the Goliath come down. So Goliath coming down here, letting that, so that Goliath's gonna give Angel that +2 resist, so she's gonna be able to challenge, take that out. Jasmine takes out the other one, and then Zane does get that Goliath. So now it's the Goliath games, and that's exactly where you want to be if you're Blue Steel right now. Blue Steel, he's taken out the board of Amber Steel, so now every single turn, Zane is going to be able to draw 3 cards potentially, 2 with the Goliath, 1 with the Jasmine. And that's some pretty good turns if you are in the driver's seat of this game, which Zane really is at this point. So let's kind of see how things develop. Gonna take out that Jasmine, cut out the draw, take out the Angel, make it a little bit harder, and then next turn, see what we can develop, see what we can get going. But is it gonna be enough? I don't know, because every single turn now, Zane is gonna be top decking as we find, or sorry, Zane is gonna be drawing 2 with that Goliath. Only drawing 1 this turn. There may have been an argument to sing the Let It Go with the Goliath, but at the same time, if he couldn't have played it anyways because he only had 5 ink, then it wasn't going to help him out anyways. So we play that dock, see if we get anything good. Strength of a Raging Fire, unfortunately, not going to be able to do it for us as we're not able to take out that Goliath. Deal 3 damage to it, pass our turn. Pluto, not going to be able to cut it either. And I think this maybe, as a Vincenzo comes down, dealing 3 damage, now able to quest for 3, 4, 5, 6, and a Thunderbolt comes down. So I think this game might have just shut. I think the doors may be done for this one. We play the Chief, get it out there, get the Bodyguard. We're not giving up yet. We can draw some cards here. Where there's a will, there may be a way. As we play the Grandmother Willow, quest for 2 here. And let's see what we drew last turn. As we find our third Goliath for Austin, as we find the Hades to remove the Chief. He did remove the Chief. Now, Vincenzo, he can, and we have a Let It Go for the Lilo, and representing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, representing game on board. And ladies and gentlemen, that is exactly why Blue Steel can be a very bad matchup for Amber Steel, because they have so much point click removal that it can just be a lot to deal with. On top of, you don't have a lot of good ways to answer their Goliath if they do get it out early. So what's really stood out here, Zane being able to recognize, I can't take another turn off, right? So he top decked 2 docks sitting on 5 ink. So what he said is, "I can't take a turn off." He inked the Goliath that he was trying to play, that way he could play that dock, and then that from there, he was able to just it all just fell into motion, right? So recognizing he needed to change his game plan was everything. And we've seen that multiple times throughout the night. So kudos to these players. It just shows that next level thinking, that those thinking a few turns ahead and the advantages that it can give you. So really, really good playing by both of these players. Just Blue Steel being favored in this matchup, being on the play, was able to get there doing what Blue Steel likes to do. And that's just kind of ramp, tempo out, draw some cards, and go crazy, right? Like you deal 3 damage with Vincenzo, you point click remove with Let It Goes and Hades. Then you have Namares with 13 attack that's also letting you filter your deck. There's a lot of nasty things that you can do. Now, Austin just saying, how much can I attempt to remove here? Unfortunately, not enough though. So Goliath will be able to trade into the Hades, but Zane still representing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lore on board. And that's gonna be game for Austin. So the Zane will be going on to top 8. So tonight we saw Adrian and Zane going the distance, going down to top 8. Adrian on his Amethyst Steel, Zane on Blue Steel. Austin trying to decide, is there anything I can do? Now he does have a Thunderbolt and a Strength of a Raging Fire, so he can do some things, but unfortunately only able to do a 4, and unfortunately no deities, not running any Hades on the side of Amber Steel, so no +3. Now, if he had Pudge down, Pudge could have Challenger, right? But unfortunately not able to get there. So really, really good showing by both of these players, able to play it out, and unfortunately just closing it out. But congratulations to Zane getting there, getting that dub. So good job, Zane. Good job to both of these gentlemen for that game. We'll kind of we'll go ahead and unmute a little bit because now we have a little bit. Oh no, not what I wanted. Now we have a little bit more time. Let's see if I can navigate this. There we go. All right. Well, good game, gentlemen. So let's see. Oh, I need my headset. Sorry, I can't hear you. All right, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. All right. Hey, there we go. Good game, gentlemen. That was a heck of a match.
Yeah, it was crazy, especially game 3. Goliath just stomped me.
Yeah, yep. Goliath was able to put in work. And he was yeah, able to find that second one after bricking, but it's a tough match for Amber Steel, Blue Steel. So, definitely a heck of a fight. You made some really top-notch decisions in all 3 games that were able to get you there. So, kudos, man. Or they were able to keep you in the fight and get you that win in game 2 despite again being an unfavorable matchup for you.
Yeah, I. There were some moves I was like, I didn't want to do it because I was like, there was a moment where I was like, oh, I had to ink Stitch because I need to ink something like bad,
Yeah.
but
Oh, yeah. Yep. And I mean, those are the tough choices, right? In Lorcana is what do we ink? It's not as simple as, oh, look, I drew a mountain or whatever Magic the Gathering does. So tough
yeah.
choices to be made. But Zane, I don't know if you're here or able to talk, but congratulations, man, getting the 2-1, going on to top 8.
Thank you.
So, but yeah, so good job, gentlemen. Really good. Do either of you have wanted anything to say?
Um, I mean, pretty much everything was already said. I mean, like it was a pretty good match. Um, despite it being an unfavorable matchup, I was able to stay in the fight at some points. And game two, I was able to aggro it out to get the win in game two. Um, other than that, it was a pretty intense match, I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Hey,
was.
shout out to CRE8, the
Yeah.
Blue Steel player that gave me my good deck list.
Oh, nice.
Go buy his Metafy. I get commission, 10%.
Well, there you
There
go.
you go.
Yeah, Create was watching Zane as well. He was in the chat. So, and then Austin, your mom was in the chat also cheering you on. So, people were interested to see the outcome. So, and Create said 5%. So,
Ooh. We got decreased because I lost a game.
yeah. Well, sweet. Yeah, gentlemen. Well, good game. Create said good game, Zane. And Zane, again, congratulations. Make it to top 8, trying to secure a second champion mat. So, um,
Ooh.
if you do
Yeah.
take it, I'll have to. I'll tell you what. If you take it the event again, I'll change the mat to say champion, and then I'll add an X2. So
Ooh.
that way your second mat's different. But you got to win it first, brother. You got to win it first. So.
Yeah, if I wanted to play webcam, I was going to play on the mat.
Oh, well,
Reflect it a little
Oh,
bit.
if
well,
if we give
hey, well,
if,
yeah, you know what? Top 8, maybe there's a chance. But yeah, gentlemen, I appreciate you. I don't have anything else to say, so until our next game, but good game tonight, guys.
good games.
Say,
All right.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Milk goes in last. Zane was able to take it with Blue Steel in a 2-1 finish. So he was able to make it or take it with creates Blue Steel list. So really good game though. There was tough choices made by both players. The one that stands out for Austin was the couple of turns where he decided to use a song to deal damage to his opponent, knowing that they would have to challenge and lose that character in the meantime. And the one that stands out for Zane, recognizing he couldn't take a turn off, hoping to draw an inkable, so he inked that Goliath to play the dock. So it just good choices made by both. Going back to match one of Adrian versus Lifeless, Adrian being able to recognize game one that he needed to hard cast that Strength of a Raging Fire to take out that Stitch. Like really, really good choices by both players in recognizing what the win condition is and how to get that win and then being able to do it. So, but yeah, no, it was definitely some great games. 10:55 though. I don't know. Let's update the board. So, real quick, Royce was able to secure his win against Paul. So unfortunately, our locals faced off against each other. That was Blue Yellow Paul versus Dogs against Royce. We had Adrian able to take the win against Lifeless. That was Amethyst Steel versus Dogs that we saw tonight. And then we saw this match. We saw Zane able to take the win against Austin in that 2-1 finish as well. So a couple more matches before we get to top 8 and we'll kind of see how things go. We have Dogs versus something else. I don't remember. But no blurples in top 16, which I thought was really interesting. No blurples in top 16. A couple burn decks, a couple dogs, a couple amber steel aggros. So we're gonna have some good games going. So, but yeah, I don't know. Do we want to do some duels? It's 11 o'clock. Do we want to do some duels? Should we mess around? Should we party? Let's go ahead. We'll party. We'll party. We'll do some draw fingers. I don't know why it's called that. I think it's supposed to be finders. I think it's supposed to say draw finders, but oh, I'm not on the right screen. You guys weren't able to see anything that I just showed you. So, we were showing this off. So this is our current top 16. So Royce taking the win, Neil taking the win here, Adrian taking the win here, and then Zane taking the win here versus Austin. So a couple more matches and we'll start our top 8. They have 48 more hours though. A little over 48 hours to get there. So they still have time. All right. We'll do one win. Once we get our first win, excuse me, that's good enough for tonight. So all right. So let's see. So the name of this deck, Raging Draw, typically. So the name of the game, draw a lot of cards. That's what we care about. So Junior Woodchuck Guidebook's going to do a really good job at doing that. We could keep Horseman Strikes. If this was a best of 3, even if I was on the play, I would still keep Horseman Strikes just because of what this deck looks to do. But I think this hand is fine. World's Greatest is Easy Ink. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh gosh. That's not what I wanted. Okay. So what we can do here, I don't want to ink Hypnotic Strength, but if this is green blue, we really need that World's Greatest. So we're going to ink Hypnotic. If this is an aggro deck, we probably auto lose. Okay. It is a pseudo at oh. Okay, well we don't need this. So we are going to get the Bagheera down, which is going to be able to prevent him from questing, but we are in a bad place. We really wanted this. It's a burn deck. We lose. So he's just running he copy pasted the burn deck, and unfortunately for us, with this variant of what I'm running, it's not good, right? So he's gonna go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This deck, it's a very easy deck. You just turn sideways. And unfortunately, there's not really a good way for us to slow them down either to prevent them from turning sideways when we don't run a lot of the good challenge cards. So because here we're gonna challenge into that, and it looks like we're gonna go ahead and concede as he got pretty much a perfect start and we got our worst start possible. Because we can go this route as it froze. Oh, okay. All right. Well, there we go. And that's what you don't want to see, but it happens. Sometimes it's that's the name of the game in a meta like this one, right? Where it is very matchup dependent. It's better to be lucky than good, right? So we'll go ahead and run it again. Maybe we won't see the Amber Steel burn deck. If you've been having a hard time with that deck, uh, run any version of blue that's not like green blue and you'll be fine. Blurple also messes it up. Blurple beats it, Dogs beats it, Amber Steel mid-range beats it. So it has a lot of weaknesses, even if it might appear that it doesn't. So it's not the end of the world if you see it. So it runs out of gas really quickly. Mowgli's gonna be really good into it. I hope this isn't Steel Song. Okay, let's pretend. So we don't need Cusco in this matchup. I want to keep Cusco, but Mowgli's good into Amethyst Steel and Amber Steel. So looks like it is Amber Steel. So not a good matchup for us again on this deck. No, it's Dogs. It's even worse for us. It's even worse. Okay. All right. Well, that's enough of this deck for tonight. We do hit the Chromo. No. Um, this is an interesting choice for him. So it's funny. If your local meta is a lot of aggro decks, just play Amber Steel mid range. you will win your event based off of that alone. Amber Steel midrange will beat the burn deck, and it does beat dogs majority of the time. You can just go Mowgli on 2, hoping to hit that Chromacon and be okay. And you run so many big cards that the Under the Sea is not a big deal either. So here we can go ahead and ink Hypnotic because we want to play the Demona the next turn. And we can go ahead and just take the free questing here. So one thing with this dogs matchup is you do want to get as much free questing as you can. We know that in his hand he still has Nani in Under the Sea. So he's sitting on a Nani and Under the Sea here. So next turn he will be able to sing. Next turn he will be able to sing that that Under the Sea. So he does do Della's Moon Lullaby. He's sitting on Nani and Under the Sea. Inks a Lilo, which is really good for us. Lilo's a really powerful card into this deck. I will say, so I did my set champs video today. If you have a lot of mediocre dog players in your local meta, then I think you're perfectly okay to run a non-Raging Storm. I personally think you either run Blurple or you run a non-Raging Storm Amethyst Amber list. And the reason for this, interesting. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do this. And the reason I say that is because a non-Raging Storm list really only has a tough time. Let's hit that Under the Sea. It really only has a tough time against. I wonder if I could have developed Elsa there. But it really only has a tough time against your dog decks. And if they're mediocre dog players, then you don't have a whole lot to worry about because Amber Steel aggro is not super popular anymore. So you're in a really good place. And then you don't have to worry about these bricks. Now, what I'm trying to decide here is if I want to develop another Mowgli, like if I care that much. And I don't think that I do. Did I ink? Oh, that would have been bad. I didn't ink this turn. So we can do this. I could have kept that for a tramp, but I want to play Elsa into this Elsa because I'm trying to buy time for Raging Storm at this point. So we know he's sitting on Nani. God, come on. Okay. So we play this. We ink this. Oops, I messed up. I messed up. We should have taken out the Bobby first and then done that, but that's okay. Because what we wanted to do was take out the Bobby, so he's forced to bounce something, and then we can do this, but oh well. It's what I get for not paying attention. Okay. So here he's able to quest for 1, 2, 3, 4 and develop the Nani. Now we are going to be able to Elsa and take out the Nani and freeze the Lilo, which will feel good. Okay, so let's do this and do this. Actually, let's freeze these two. And then we're going to take out the lady. The reason being, I don't want him to shift lady. And then we can go ahead and do this. Okay, and then next turn, we're gonna be able to or freeze both of these with they never come back. Um, so that is unfortunate because now he knows what's in our hand. And I don't want to lose both Raging Storms in case he has another Mowgli. So we're gonna go this route, which is unfortunate. That does really hurt us because we were going to freeze them to prevent him from getting 3 more lore. Wait a second. Okay, he doesn't have any yet. Okay. Is there anything? Do we care about hitting these two yet? Wow. Okay. That's really interesting. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he can sing Under the Sea next turn if he has it. Oh, I wish we could remove this Lilo. He's inked one Lilo already. If he has Under the Sea, we're not in a great place. Oh, come on. Jeez Louise. Okay. So he goes 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 here. Can we just play the Terran to take out the Lilo? Let's do it. Opponent. This and this. Bang. Bang. All right. So he's gonna bounce the Terran most likely. We can go ahead and quest here, ink here, and pass. All right. So the advantage of that is that now we can Raging Storm and play the Terran. Okay, so he's gonna hold off because he knows this is coming. So we can. What's up, Omni? How you doing, brother? We can develop Elsa here, but let's go ahead and Raging Storm. What we don't want him to have is another Mowgli. Okay, so we pass turn. If he doesn't develop, dang it, we really wanted him to not develop that Lilo there. Okay, that's perfectly fine. So now we can do this and we freeze both of them because what we're going to do next turn is we're going to take out Lilo with our Elsa and then Terran is going to remove the Lilo. We need him to not play Mowgli here though. Even if he does, it's actually not the end of the world. Okay, so there he's probably going to pull back Mowgli. Mowgli and Bobby. Yep. Okay. So now we're forced, unfortunately, to play. No, because we top deck, they never come back. So we can do this. Oh, what an interesting choice. Okay. So we can do this to take out Lilo. And then we can play Terran to hit the Lilo. How you doing, Omni? How's life treating you, man? I hope you're doing all right. We're trying not to get our butt whooped by dogs here. But we have a long ways to go. We're fighting for our lives here. Okay. And then we can play Terran, opponent, get rid of these two, and then We pass turn because he's going to play Mowgli here to get rid of They Never Come Back. All right, so here's the Mowgli. Because now he has to respect the Raging Storm. All right. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't know if we're going to be able to win this one. Dogs is just that bad of a matchup for this deck. There's just a lot of things that have to go your way. If we're able to find draw, which is not that, we'd be okay, but we'll go ahead and quest for 4. We need him to not find another Mowgli. Okay? He still has 3 left in his deck, though. So the odds are very good that he finds one, especially if he finds Tramp. Oh, he has the Under the Sea 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Unfortunate. Yeah, there's the Under the Sea. Terran, though, is going to be able to remove. That's his second Under the Sea. He only runs 3. So there's all 3 Under the Seas. Wow. Okay. So let's go ahead. If he top decks. All right, let's just blow it all up and pass. It's 5:12 over here. Yeah, I knew it was definitely early over there, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. I don't think he would have. I think he would have bounced anything else before that. But let's go ahead and develop Bagheera because I think he would have bounced the Bobby so we could filter through his deck more. Oh, we are in a rough place right now. We're just not finding any of our draw, unfortunately. Yep, so that's the right move. Let's see what he does here. Does he bounce the Bobby? If he bounces the Bobby, he bounces nothing. Okay, so that's good for us because now we can resolve this to take out the lady because I don't want him to shift lady. So now does he bounce the Bagheera or not? Okay, bounces nothing. So we can pass. Really need draw here though. Really looking for draw. Like he knew. Okay, all right. So there he's able to remove the Bagheera. And he's gonna quest. Yep. Okay. So what we can do is we can boost here to get an extra card draw, but I'm not going to because I want the ink. Oh, he did do it. Wow. Okay. So here what we're gonna do. Oh, wow, 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 wow. So now we have wow, 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 wow. Okay, so we have some options now because we could develop 2 cats. We could blow up his board here, and he's left with 2 cards in his deck. And I think that might be the way to go because then we can develop 2 cats the next turn into an Elsa. I think we just blow it up. Don't let him find Mowgli. Okay, because now we develop double cat, and then Delos Moon Lullaby is amazing for us. Come on, be something that quests for one. Oh, that is beautiful because now we develop double cat. We get rid of that because we don't need it. Oh, yes, yes, yes. All right, so there's that. That is unfortunate. That is the last thing we wanted him to see, but we are going to be able to freeze it. So if I was him, I would take the two, um, if I was him, I would take the two bobbies because you want to filter for another lady. Okay, or those. So we take this, we freeze there, we confirm, we quest for two, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 on board. He's got 18 on board. We know he has Tramp in hand, though. But we are going to be able to take out the lady here. So he's going to boost or bounce the Diablo to hand. Okay, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So we can do this. Yeah, we just always do this, right? Just quest with both of these. And then you always just challenge here with the lady. Because if he wants to bounce it, we don't care. We don't care if he bounces it. And if he doesn't bounce it, then I boost and take out something. There's never a world where he bounces the Elsa. Okay, perfect. So that's what we expected to see. So now we'll go ahead, we'll boost to take you out. And then we're going to play a Cheshire Cat, boost the Cheshire Cat. Wow, okay. So we're going to do this, boost the Cheshire Cat, take out this, and then we're going to play the Cheshire Cat again. Bang. And then let's go ahead and do this and play this. He has no Under the Seas left because most of them only run 3 Under the Seas if they're running Chromicons. We got it. Ladies and gentlemen, see, you just gotta hope they don't get lucky, right? You just gotta hope that they don't see the cards they want to see, right? He didn't see 7 cost tramp, like, Terran though, Terran finally put in the work that we needed him to put in. Like Terran was able to do it that game. He never saw 7 cost tramp. Here, so this Mowgli is where we figured out what he was on. And he got rid of he got rid of the Chromicon and held the Under the Sea. And then he was able to get another Chromicon off the top. But how many did he alter? He altered 5 cards there. So probably held on to maybe the Bobby and the Grandmother Willow. But hey, we were able to get it. Hot dog. Look at us. Yay. Hey, see you later, Omni. Good morning, man. Thanks for being here. It's always a good day when we're able to beat dogs, right? Um, should we play some green purple? So I was able to do an interview today with Niels on green purple. So we're gonna be seeing some green purple gameplay coming from him soon. We were able to talk about his list and everything, and then we talked about he walked me through a game and was able to offer some advice, and we recorded that so you guys could see that. So that was a lot of fun. All right, so what did we learn today? We learned today that we need to see draw. So Cheshire Cat's going to slow the game down. Royal Guard is going to let us challenge if it is an aggro deck. And then I really want to see some draw stuff. Stuff like pull the lever is really good. Okay, Amber Steel. So this should be a good matchup for us. This is something that we should win. So what we want, it would have been really nice if we saw a Minnie Mouse here, but that's okay. We could hold on to Webby, but we don't need to into this matchup. So instead, Finders Keepers may not be what we need here. Um, let's go this route. Okay, so Finders Keepers may be greedy holding on to that, but okay. All right. Well, we're given a second chance. I don't think we're going to use the cat for anything. I really don't, because this way we're able to develop something like a Webby. So we're able to go fill up into Webby, but maybe getting rid of the cat's the wrong answer because the cat is going to let us hold him up a little bit more. It forces them to have a Thunderbolt, that kind of thing. But I think we just want to draw a lot of cards. So I think we go pull the lever, like, all right, let's just draw. I don't think we need a second Finders Keepers. Okay, pass. Okay, so now we're able to draw next turn. At this point, we're just looking for MMS and Prince Philip. So we just want to hold off the board as much as we can to find those two cards. One thing to note, we haven't seen a steel card yet. So this could be like an off meta. No, Chief. Well, Chief's still Amber. Ooh. Is Louis too greedy? I don't think so. I don't think Louis is too greedy. Let's go ahead and force some decisions out of him. Because he's going to have to use Strength of a Raging Fire here. So that's okay. Maybe that was too greedy. Maybe we just need to draw more. Maybe I got baited there. And there's a strong possibility I could have because he's probably running Strength of a Raging. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Well, there's the Strength of a Raging Fire. So we did get baited. So, but that's okay. We can take out Nani here if we really wanted to. Let's go ahead and take. Let's go ahead and draw first. Draw two cards. Wow. Okay. So, whoa, he didn't ink last turn. Wow. Okay. So we'll ink Webby. Take out Nani. Just slow him down. Okay. So, wow. Okay. So Finders Keepers probably here. So he's gonna. Oh, don't develop a Goliath. What is his hand? Is his hand all songs? How many did he alter? He altered 6 and what, pulled all songs? Holy crap. Okay. Um, we just have an awkward hand where we're not able to do a lot. What we can do is we can develop this. We can ink this to play this. Man, where are the combo pieces? Okay. So, okay. So, whatever he plays, at least now, if he does play Goliath, we're gonna be able to wrong lever him. Okay, so there's the Goliath. So luckily we do have wrong lever, and he's gonna lose a card also. Let's see what he loses though. So Thunderbolt, so he did have at least one song, but let's go ahead, wrong lever. Pull the lever, or sorry, pull the lever, put Goliath on the bottom of the deck, and then We can go ahead and I do like having Under the Sea, but unfortunately we're not going to be using it anytime soon. So we can probably go Webby to draw 2. Wow. Okay. Well, we can do this because if he wants to challenge, that's fine because we have another Prince Philip in hand. So there's a dock. There's a okay, so wow, so he bricked on 3 thunderbolts. Ladies and gentlemen, it's better to be lucky than good. Like, wow. Okay, so okay. So I think at this point, so he's down a strength, he's down 3 thunderbolts. We can go ahead and do this again. He's at 7. We're just not finding our MMS pieces. 39 cards. Um, let's go ahead and do this. All right. We are on 7 ink, so we are getting to the point, like, even if we didn't have Prince Philip, so does he, okay, so he is going to quest out, so 10. Okay, so there's that. So we can do something where we go, no. Okay, so wait. We can do this in Under the Sea, which is going to hit 3 characters. Right now, he's questing for, what's up, Jeremy? So we can ink finders, do this, seeing Under the Sea, do this, blow, yes. Okay, so let's do that. So we do this, confirm, confirm, and then we can, okay, and then we can ink finders. We can go here. Oh, I messed it up though. Oh, I'm so silly. Oh, I'm so bad. I'm so bad. Because what we should have done is we should have attacked first. We should have attacked first and moved all the damage because then Philip would have cleared his entire board. That's okay. We're still fine. He's forced to do this trade. Gets an angel. Okay, so now we finders keepers. Go ahead and do that. I think we can just ink the mini. Okay. That was a pretty big mistake. Because we should have a Cheshire Cat on the board right now. All right, we got the win. Oh God. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. I don't know why I play so bad on stream, but hey, what's going on, Jeremy? How you doing, man? We are playing badly on stream for other people so they can learn from our mistakes. That's the name of the game right now. So let's do an infinity game though. How you doing, man? How's life treating you? I know things were uh oh no. God, I hate duels so much. God, stupid duels. Okay. Infinity Steel Song. Okay. All right, let's try this again, shall we? Oh, and of course it's glitched out now. Okay, let's try this again now. It doesn't like it when you concede before you play cards. It gets very mad and angry. So, who's playing right now? Do we got anything good? Malferon's playing some blue steel. Come on. All right, duels. Quit being like this. Hmm. Gotta take the blessings where you can get them. Man, I feel that, brother. Like, hey, that's the attitude it takes, right? So, all right. And I'm doing good, man. No complaints. Looks like I'm first. No one drop feels bad. I'm not as concerned about keeping Whole New World anymore. And the reason being that we play Gazelle now. So if we top deck into Gazelle, we're in a good place. So let's go ahead and do something like this. And we don't get rewarded, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and ink this and pass. Committed to Amber Sapphire. I like it, man. Yeah, the list has been fun. Like that Cheater route. Now, you could argue the more control version's better, but you almost auto lose. Ooh, uh-oh. The problem with the more control version is you almost auto lose you almost auto lose any aggro matchup. And I'm not a fan of that. At least with the Chicha version, you can be a little bit more you have a little bit more play into aggro. I'm not I will probably go to Indy. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of it depends on what bands we see. The only interest I have in Infinity is Whole New World. So, excuse me. Worst case scenario is they ban Whole New World. I don't see a world where they do because I think Whole New World's an extremely fair card, but there's a chance they could. And I also do believe there's more bans coming, but there's a world where they could ban it. And if they do ban Whole New World, I'm not going to Indy. My only interest in Infinity is a Whole New World. Just because it's a fun card, it brings back really good memories. What list am I on? This isn't supposed to be there. Okay, all right. That's cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and do something like this, I guess. Not that Pete's any good in this moment. So he's probably gonna play Grandmother Nala, Tala, Grandma Tala. Nope, plays the Scrooge. Nothing we can do about the Scrooge, unfortunately. Not going to be able to quest. I don't know what list we're on. So there's the Gazelle. Well, this match is over. That's the last thing we wanted to see here. Um, yeah. All right. I don't know what list we're on, but it's not the list that I want to be running. But you know what? If people are still running red blue because they enjoy losing, let's go ahead and have some fun. I've been taking down dogs. Like you've been enjoying dogs, like taking it down with dogs or enjoying beating dogs with Amber Steel. Um, we don't really want to see what's up, Hannibal. We don't really want to see Mulan right now. Mulan's more of a later card. You can do some goofy things. You know what? Let's keep this actually. Let's see if we can be goofy. Let's see if we can do some fun stuff. Oh, yuck. Okay. Oh, I think he's running. This is probably the green steel deck. This is the green steel list that looks to just banish everything, most likely. Resolve. Been beating dogs with blue yellow. Nice, man. Yeah, that's what it's all. Oh, it's just green blue. Okay. Green blue's interest. Ooh. Huh. Do they have a rush card in their deck? Okay, we'll take that. No actions. This is why I love Mulan. Like, this isn't the reason you play Mulan. So this list in right here is an it's a mill deck. So you play Mulan for like combo pieces later on, but it worked. It worked. Perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this, and then we're going to sing Keep the Ancient Ways. So that way he can't remove my queen and we can sing Whole New World. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness gracious, yes. Uh yeah, no, so the blue yellow Chicho list, it's not going to consistently beat dogs, but I mean, there's not really anything that does consistently beat dogs, so that's really important to recognize as well. Oh my god. Oh, and we got the gazelle. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so let's go ahead. Oh, oh, guys, we got it. We got what we needed to see. Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna go ahead. Oh, we already inked. So let's go ahead and do this. And then we can quest here. I don't really care about anything on the top, so we're not going to do that because now what we do is we play Gazelle, which lets us put Whole New World on top of our deck, and then we quest with Mulan to sing Whole New World. Like it's oh my god, and we're going to take them down. There's muses, that's whatever, so be it. How many? Okay, one, two, three, four. Okay, we don't have enough for Kristoff, which is unfortunate. But now we go here. So we resolve. We put Whole New World on top of our deck, and then and then we quest, which lets us play Whole New World because we knew it was on top of our deck. Oh my god. It's just, it's so nasty. Okay, so now we can go ahead and quest with both of these. So we can quest again here. And then what we do is we don't quest. We can quest with Cindy, but we get punished if we top deck a Cindy. But we're gonna go ahead and do it. Oh, wait a second. No, 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 no. So we undo it because I didn't. Let's see if he does it because I only quested. Okay, perfect. Because now oh, my gazelle's not gone. That's okay. Let's go ahead and bring back Mulan. Okay. So I did that wrong. I was thinking Gazelle was in my discard, so that was a misplay on my part because I got too excited because the idea is they banished Gazelle and then you bring it back with rewrite history and then you play Whole New World again. But unfortunately, I got a little excited there. We can't quite do that play. But now we're gonna be able to play Pete and then quest right next turn. We're questing for 2, 4, 6, 8 to go to 18. This turn we're going to play Pete. Yeah, that's not going to do anything for him. He's probably going to play You're Welcome here. Yeah, so there's the You're Welcome on a queen probably. That's fine. We're going to blow up his Clarabelle. We're going to blow up Clarabelle. We're going to use oh, okay, he bounces Cindy. He's going to draw a bunch of cards, but he can't do anything, right? So what we do here, do I even care about me? I don't even care about muses. So we blow that up. We play Pete. Can we play this? Oh my god. And we can play a Kristoff. So he's going to enter Exerted. We're going to ink Cinderella, play Mulan. Mulan's going to trigger. We're going to discard Thunderbolt. Sure. We're going to quest. Let's see if we can get a hold. Oh my god, we find the whole new world. Yes. And then we go ahead and we quest. Oh my gosh. And then we play another Kristoff. Well, this one will enter ready. And then yes, ladies and gentlemen. Ah, it feels so good. It just feels so good to watch Green Blue lose. Like it just never gets old. And then when the deck does what it wants to do, like Gazelle into Mulan Quest, oh, 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 it's just so good. Oh man. I love Whole New World. That card, oh, Whole New World is such a fun card. Like, oh my god. That was too good. Ah, that was fun. That was fun for me. I hope it was fun for them as well. I hope it was fun for you guys as well. Steel Song is so fun. And the fun thing about Steel Song now is there's so many different ways to build it, right? Like there's so many different ways to cook with Steel Song right now. Um Infinity Steel Song, like I don't know if Robin Hood's the way to go anymore. Like honestly, I think a good route to go right now might be something like um the Gaston package. Now, are we able to search by Singer 5? Okay. So nothing good. So probably I think a Gaston package is probably going to be really good um in this new meta. I don't know if you have to, right? But there's just some because of Gazelle, you can hold on to Whole New World and not get punished, right? So that feels really good. Your uninkable count's kind of high though, but the last this was 17 uninkables also. But I really am liking Keep the Ancient Ways. I like it a lot more than Bare Necessities. And I know some people will disagree with me on that one, but I just I like just not letting them do anything because Bare Necessities, you can you can look at their hand and they still have all the answers. And maybe all you needed was them to not play Be Prepared one time, right? Sudden Chill one time. But if you use Bare Necessities and they have two sudden chills, then you're up the creek without a paddle. So, so we could do something like that. And then I think if you go, and then you could do something like the Zootropolis or whatever, Zootopia, I think it's called. Then you could do something like Zootopia to do that. You could cut down the Akuds, right? And you could go um, Daisy and do something like this, which at that point you probably don't need Cinderellas anymore. So that allows you to do something else, maybe add in some piglets just for funsies. Because right now we're on 12 one-drops. So Rapunzel, still a lot of good Rapunzel targets. The other nice thing is with Keep the Ancient Ways, you can sing that with Troubadour and then protect your Ariel from being brawled, which feels really good. So you're hurting Red Blue's chances of being able to prevent your whole new world. I don't know. I just think there's a lot of different directions you can go right now with it, and I think it's really exciting what options there are in Steel Song. Jeremy, yes, Spooky is going to be a really big one, especially because the problem with the control blue yellow running Spooky is that when they play Spooky Sight, they're not hitting anything on their own board. So all they do is ramp dogs and then hurt themselves. So whereas you can ramp yourself, and once you ramp yourself, that's the name of the game, right? Because now you ramp yourself into Hades, you ramp yourself into Raging Storm. Excuse me. So there's a lot of really good options there. So um It's almost midnight. So I'm trying to stay up a little bit later tonight because my life is hectic right now and I have a weird shift tomorrow. So do we want to play some? See, with my luck, I won't see dogs with this. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna see like Blurple, and I'm gonna be mad because I don't want to see Blurple with this list. So, does anyone want to do a custom game? We could do a custom game if anyone's down. Um, if anyone wants to do that, uh, create. It's long, man. With everything going on in the Middle East, it's oh wait, I can't upload my deck yet. Um, with everything going on in the Middle East and because of what my job is and uh because of what my job is and where I'm at, it's long. And then unfortunately, a lot of my people have reached the end of the service, so they're getting out. Uh and so we're having to deal with that. And then we have a couple guys that are getting med boarded right now. Excuse me, so we're losing them. So it's a lot. So that's why I'm working kind of a weird schedule because I'm having to fill in where I'm needed between my role of my job, like my career knowledge, as well as the leadership aspect. Because sometimes just having an NCO there is a little bit more motivational for people to put in a little bit more work. Um, so there's that. So it just makes for some weird schedules. Like tomorrow, I'm working 1400 to midnight, so 2 p.m. to midnight, and then no, sorry, 1400 to 02, which means I'll probably go in around 1 p.m., 1300, leave around 0300, and then I have to be back at work at 0600, and so I'll work from 0600 till uh 6 p.m. So it's gonna be a rough day tomorrow, but or over the next 48 hours, but that's hey, it's the game that has to be played right now. You know, there's people in the Middle East that aren't as blessed as I am to be able to come home every day. They have to deal with what's out there and deal with what's out there and all of the rest of it. So I can't really complain, right? The next tournament at Safari Zone is going to be the day after release. So we have the Build a K event, and because of scheduling, because Set Champs is a month after release, because of everything that's going on next set, the only open weekend for us is going to be um, the Saturday after release. So release is on a Friday, and then Saturday will be the event. So it's going to be in May, I think. What day is release? May 8th? So I think it's May 9th is the Build a K. So I think May 9th is the Build a K. Okay. If there's no custom games, and we'll try another one of these. Um, do we want to go tempo? We could go green purple, tempo, boost with Olaf, blue yellow. May 7th your birthday? Well, happy early birthday. In the meantime, very merry on birthday. Let's see. Let's go ahead and run. Mm, I don't know what I want to run. We could do. I want the tempo list to have Tigger in it. A lot of these lists haven't been updated for a minute, so it's not like what I'm currently running in person, but I know this one is what I know this is what I'm running in person. So we'll do another one with this on the play. That's what we love to see. Better lucky than good. Yeah, because you're way up north. That is definitely a drive. I know there's a lot of people, or there's a few people that come from New York, like the green blue player is a local to you, right? Oh God, I can't remember his name. I can picture his face, but I can't remember his name. But I think he's come down for the last two events. I kind of want to keep Demona just in case. Yeah, let's do this. Ugh, not ideal. Okay, let's see what we get here. Oh, red yellow. All right, red yellow. This will be interesting. So in that case, we'll get rid of you. Let's go ahead and go. It could be red blue, but I think I'd rather develop a Cusco. Ben, that's his name. Yes, yeah. So I don't know. Maybe you guys could carpool if he's planning on. That's three card soldiers. Red, yellow. Red, yellow. Okay, so that's kind. I guess that's what we assumed it would be. So okay. So he's playing a Cood. So he's gonna cheat out something early with a Cood, which is annoying. Oh, okay. Oh, he's closer than you. Okay. So we could play Cheshire Cat. I kind of want to keep this for Slushy, but do we care about Slushy? I don't think we do. Actually, let's just look. Oh, oh, okay. Um, Search your deck for a location card. Reveal that card to all players and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. Um, Play a location with cost 3 or less from your discard for free. Well, this case, he gets +2. Well, this just got more interesting. So we don't need you. Let's go ahead and get this. Okay, well, this will be interesting. I don't know how this deck is going to fare. So there's the Raja. So he's going to sing that card. Yep, Islands I pulled from the sea. And then okay, so he's going to do that. There's the Sugar Rush. So now he can go Sugar Rush and that, move it, bang, exert it. All right, then he draws 3 and gains 3 lore. Okay, so here though, what we're able to do, let's go ahead and get the draw. Do I want the draw? Because I need my Demona to ready, right? So we go Demona. No matter what, my Demona's not gonna ready unless I ink and play cat. So let's do this because I don't want the draw right now. So okay, so we also know he has that card. So now he's gonna gain 3 more and draw 3 more. This is not a good matchup for us at all. This is a very, very bad matchup for us. Which is funny because Speed Racers is such a bad deck, and we're probably about to lose to it, which feels really bad. Like, it feels really, really bad that we're about to lose to Speed Racers. I think we have to remove this, right? And then we play cat. Oh my gosh. I can't believe we're about to lose to racers. And he has it again. I mean, the odds are good though that he has it again. So because now he's gonna be able to get it back. Oh, I love it. I love that we're gonna lose to racers. I don't know why so many people have been playing it recently. But it's really funny that people are playing it again because I don't know what it beats is the problem. Like I don't know what in the meta it has a chance to actually beat because it doesn't beat Blurple because they bounce back all your stuff and then they Hades everything. I mean, it beats green blue, I guess, but green blue's not popular anywhere. It doesn't beat amethyst steel. Like I don't know why it's gotten so popular all of a sudden. Other than it's just a fun deck to goof around with. And maybe that's what it is, right? Maybe it's just a fun deck to goof around with. So he gets +2 attack. Okay, so let's go ahead and take that out just so we don't have to deal with it. We take this out. We boost. Take you out. We can ink here, but I think what do we hope to draw at this rate is the problem. We're so far behind in lore. And the thing is, freezing his board doesn't do anything, right? So probably this. Beat me with blue yellow. Yeah, I guess there's that too, but here's the thing, right? Like blue yellow's not a deck that's seeing play. Um so that's just it. This deck, so he found another, so that's good. So all this deck beats is tier 2 decks that nobody's playing like competitively. But maybe that's the point of set champs, right? Is set champs isn't necessarily about beating like the good decks because that's not where everybody's at, you right? So maybe that's what it's all about. We can go ahead and do this, and then we can go ahead and do this. Boost, bang. And I think that's the point, right? Yeah, well, that's just it. So the blue yellow control decks consistently do well, right? Like they get up there, they do things well, um, but it's just not able to ever cross the finish line because there's too many decks that dogs is so popular and its conversion rate's so good that it just beats out blue yellow. Like so blue yellow's never going to be able to cross the finish line unless it dodges enough dog players. And that's just the unfortunate circumstances of the deck, right? So it's not like, and that's just kind of it, right? Like it just needs to dodge dogs. And if it can, it has, it's able to get into everything. But yeah, so this deck will beat blue yellow. This deck will beat my deck because my deck's a control deck. It will probably beat green blue. But again, it just comes back to like what competitive decks does it beat? If he's smart, he'll take out the Cusco here. Okay, or not. So let's go ahead and do this. So we've got to do this, and let's do we take out Ursula or Queen of Hearts? Ursula's going to bring back a card. Queen of Hearts is going to challenge something. I think we do this, and then we go bang, bang, bang. Okay, so we take this out. We take this out. That's a 3-2. We take this out. Resolve. And then we quest. Okay. I still don't think there's ever a way we win this game after he's seen 4. Yeah, he's played 4 Sugar Rush Speedways, and he's about to play a 5th one. So I don't think there's a way we win this game. But we've put up a heck of an effort for being an aggro deck, or for being a control deck. And so he's seen. So he goes to 15 here, quest to 16. I mean, Raging Storm wasn't going to do anything for us anyways. So that's so funny. Oh my God. I can't believe we lost to. It just makes me, it really does just make me laugh. Like, if this deck could actually be good, it would be so funny because it's a cute deck. Like, it does a lot of things really, really well. Um, but then he just does everything. We go 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Darn. That's so funny. It's such a bad deck, but if you can get the right matchups, you're gonna do really well with it. And that's what I think is fun about it. Like I think that's a lot of fun is that you can run a fun, and that's what this meta is all about, right? You could run a fun deck like that and still do really well. Like, and I think that says a lot about our like what the meta of Lorcana is right now, in that you can play a tier 2 deck, arguably tier 3 deck, and still do well. And I think that's a lot of fun. Okay, so Amber, this is probably Amber Steel. Probably Amber Steel aggro. So let's probably don't need library. We'll develop Elenwe. Blurple, red, purple, steel, sometimes blue, steel, and sometimes blue, green are good matchups. Most red decks besides racers are easy. Yeah. What did he ink? Stitch. Okay, so Amber Steel. So we're gonna develop this. Probably let's keep Bagheera. Ooh. I really want to keep both Demonas and both Elsas. Okay, we're gonna risk it. We're gonna risk it and hope that he does not have that he doesn't hard no. So the only thing he could do is fire the cannons, right? But most of them don't run fire the cannons. Ooh, aggro it up, baby. Aggro it up. Does he turn sideways? Oh, wow. Wow. That was an interesting play. That was an interesting play to say the least. Um, so 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I really don't want to lose this Mowgli, but most likely we're going to Mona into Elsa. So I think we just lose the Mowgli. We develop this because next turn we develop the Elsa, and then Elsa's gonna take out Grandmother Willow. Yeah, like so Amber Steel is one of those interesting ones, and that's where the blue yellow deck. Okay, so now we're just gonna develop Demona and wait a turn for the Elsa, which is fine. Let's see if he okay, so he does turn sideways. That's probably Dock in hand. I don't mind taking out Lilo. Like, yes, our Demona's not gonna ready, but at the same time, I don't want him to get that free lore. So let's see if that is a Dock in hand. But yeah, the thing about blue yellow is you have to choose what you're willing to give up, right? And what I mean by that is Cheshire Cat off the top would be so busted. And what I mean by that is if you want to beat Amber Steel, if you want to beat Purple Steel like every game, you run the heavy control version. But again, like we've talked about, the heavy control version, not gonna be super good. Oh, he got rid of Goliath. He's living in top deck mode now. Oh my gosh, we hit it. Ah, it's so good. So good. You can't make this up. So we can hit the chief or we can hit this. There's no reason to hit the chief. We could hit here, but I don't think there's any reason to do that. I think we just take out Willow and then bang. But yeah, and that's why I like the Chicha version because I don't like, at least with the Chicha version, we can beat a mid-roll, uh, we can beat the mid-roll of dogs, right? And we just lose percentage points into everything, into the other heavy control decks. But at the same time, we have Chicha, and if we get an early Chicha into Blurple that doesn't get answered, it's just lights out. Like it gets so bad for them so quickly. So so that feels really good. Ooh. Oh, he just gave up. Nice. All right, that's what we like to see. All right. Um, yeah. He altered 6. I wonder what his opening hand was that he altered 6. See, I think if you're gonna go to set champs, if you're taking set champs seriously, you probably don't run Raging Draw, right? Unless you know what the set champs is. If you're lucky and I'm not, and your set champs is a lot of Blurple, you run Raging Draw. Blurple, blue steel, blue yellow. Excuse me. But for me, where my set champs is very diverse, I think I have to run. Yeah, let's run. Yeah, let's do it. Let me make sure. I think I have to run. Um, what am I looking for? Export. I think I have to run the tempo version. So the question becomes, do I run the tempo version with Raging Storm or the tempo version without Raging Storm? And that's the question. I think the non-Raging Storm is better into the majority of the meta, but Raging Storm is just so much fun. Uh, so it's hard to be like, yeah, let's do it, right? I mean, I like to have fun. I like to have fun. Okay, let's do it. Time's up. Let's do this. Do I have any water left? All right. God, I love going. No. God, duels pisses me off so much sometimes. I hate that I upload a deck and then it's like, here, play this deck, even though you just recently uploaded a deck. That just grinds my gears. Okay, so we'll keep the Bagheera. We can go Elenwee, Mowgli, Bagheera. I kind of want to keep Book, but where we don't know what it is, I'm not super motivated. This is really good if it's Blurple. We can get rid of this. All right. Hopefully we don't get punished for getting rid of Finders Keepers. Amethyst Steel. Hmm. Well, that's interesting. All right. Well, let's. Ooh. Oh, it's a location deck. And we're getting screwed right up. And so, oh my gosh. Okay, so I definitely need Elenwee. Oh, we're so screwed. Oh my God. We need to draw Inkables for the rest of the game. If we don't draw an Inkable here, we lose. We have to draw an Inkable here to have any chance. Well, I know what I'm running for set champs now, and it's not going to be Raging Storm. Now, uh, I hate Grandmother Willow. If I do run a list, it will not have Grandmother Willow in it. I hate Grandmother Willow in purple yellow. I think it is such an obnoxiously bad card, and I really believe people are baited into thinking it's a good card. Now, in a non-Raging Storm list, I think it can be very good. But in a Raging Storm list, I think it is awful. Because it's only good on turn 2. It is so bad any other turn. Okay, so we keep this because we want the Basil for ink. Um, I'm even fine with, yeah, I think we keep this because it guarantees us 2 ink and we have a lot of time to get to the Mickey Mouse. So, okay, this is really good. This is a really good hand and hopefully we don't goof it up. So, we go Nick Wild. This is like a perfect hand. So let's see if we're able to get something going. Watch him be on the amethyst. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. So we can go Chicha here, but there's a good chance if we go Chicha, there's a very good chance that he is on the ETB Chris list that just won that runs Fire the Cannons. So we can go Ludwig and bait him into attacking with his Captain Hook and then play Chicha, or we can just ramp. So I'm going to go ahead and risk it. Ludwig may have been the better play, and honestly, it probably was. But if he does have Fire the Cannons here, then he has it. If he doesn't, then we guarantee Mickey Mouse value and we don't lose our Nick Wild. Whereas we would have lost our Nick Wild if we played Ludwig. Okay, perfect. So, okay, fine. So be it. Tonight's the night of where I just draw on Inkables for the rest of existence. So that's what we're doing. Okay, that's what we're doing, and that's fine. So we ink the Donald Duck and we play Mickey Mouse and draw. So at least next turn, we can now play Chicha, ink the Pete, play Mickey Mouse. Okay, so he's going to play Strength here. Ooh, so we can steal his strength. So if we ramp, we go 5, 6, and then we could play Stitch the turn after. Or we can guarantee 2 draw. We can steal his strength of a Raging Fire, or we can guarantee 2 draw. And I think I'm okay with guaranteeing 2 draw. So we'll play Chicha, do this, and then next turn, we're going to play Stitch. And then hopefully what we go into now is Visions into Ohanamin's family. Oh my god, what a good start. Yes, and yes, I'm a huge fan in my altars. If I have a bunch of these cheap cards, but I have what I need, I will almost always. I wasn't paying attention to what he inked in that place, but that's okay. Okay, so now I'm going to go Ludwig into this. So we have a couple options. We could go Stitch to draw, but I think we just get rid of the genie. We play the Ludwig. I really want to get rid of this cap, but I don't think we can afford to. We could ink here and play Nakoma, which may be the better play. I don't want to get rid of Let It Go, because if he plays Yzma, we need a way to answer the Let It Go. So I think we go this route, go Nakoma, because we quest support here, take out Cat. So now he's going to be able to take out the Chicha with the Calhoun, but we can just hit him back with the Nakoma. And if he plays, okay, so there's that. So that's fine. I considered questing there, but I didn't really see a purpose for it. But I guess I should have. Okay, so it doesn't matter. We just clap back here. We'll go ahead and draw first. That's fine. We're happy with that. We can do this, do this. Okay, so he's going to take out Nakoma. We have Let It Go. If he plays, he inked Demona, so he's most likely going to ink something and play Demona, which is fine with us. Like, that doesn't bother us at all. If he misplays here and sends Captain Hook into Mickey Mouse. Okay, so there's the Demona we knew was coming. Okay, perfect. Okay. Of course. Um, so let's go ahead and do this. Get another Stitch. Yeah, another Stitch feels good. It shouldn't matter what the order is, but... And then we'll go ahead and ink Visions. Play Stitch. Quest. Quest. If he wants to quest with Demona, he can quest all day long, and I will let him, and I will be fine with that. Because I will sing my happy way to Ohanamin's family. Oh, beautiful. Oh, he's gonna get so mad. He's about to get so mad. It's just, it just writes itself sometimes. Oh, God. It just feels so good. It just, it just feels so good. Like, it just feels so good. Okay, so we do that, and then we can do this, but I really don't. I mean, we have another Ohana means family. Oh my, oh my God. He's gonna concede, right? He has to concede. I mean, what other choice does he have? There's nothing else that he can do at this point. Uh, oh God, it's gotten so bad for him. I don't think there's a way I can, yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. I didn't even see that we drew into the second Ohana means family. It's just this is the most recent one, I think, minus I am trying out the Pete's right now. So, let me throw it in there. Yeah, it's a little bit different than yours. I think when I looked at yours, I think I counted 61 cards or 63 cards. Oops, that's not what we wanted. Um, oh wait, it is what we wanted. Okay, so we want to do this and then downloads and then bang. This is what I'm on right now. So, God, I can't believe we drew 10 cards in one turn. 63 cards always. The highest I've ever gone. No, my mill deck runs 64. So that do run 64 in my mill deck. And any core deck, the highest I've ever gone is 61. But I can't believe we drew 10 cards in one turn. I'm gonna have to, oh, I wish I could have. I wish I was a smarter human being. Hang on. We're going to try and do some learning really quick because how to um if I can figure out really quick how to um clip something, then I want to clip that because that was just funny. So stand by. And Chicano, dude, you can definitely get a win with Purple Steel. Um, whether that's tempo or whether it's a whether that's tempo. Well, that was weird. Whether you're running tempo or burn, you can definitely win a set champs with that, brother. So don't even don't even stress about that one. You got this. Okay, so let's figure this out. So, oh wow, that's a lot to look at. Okay. I want to clip that. Clip copied to board. All right. Well, we'll see if it works out. So we tried it. Okay, Pete is huge, but also warded scuttle. Yeah, yeah, for sure, Tom. Um, I haven't decided if I like Pete or the Scuttle more. They both are definitely doing very different things, right? Very, very different things for the game. That Scuttle just helping you get there, whereas that Pete just helping you draw more cards. I don't know what direction is the right direction to go. So, um, you could do something like 2 and 2 maybe. Scuttle's going to be better into Blurple. So I don't know. I haven't decided which one I like more because they're both very different in what they're trying to accomplish. But Chicana, what are you thinking of running? Burn, locations, tempo, all of them good. I hardly see Ohana right. Yeah, for the only time you're generally gonna see Ohana, Jeremy, is when you visions for it. That's typically the only time I'm setting up Ohanas, is because I find the visions. But outside of that, it's oftentimes just not gonna happen. So, how many did they alter? Opponent altered 4. Purple steel again. We like to see purple steel. I'm always okay with this matchup. So, um, do we care about an Olaf? No, I don't think so. We'll just go ahead. If he doesn't have it, then we're going to sail. Perfect. Okay, there's the Calhoun. So let's go ahead and sail. So we can ink. I really hate to ink visions because of what it allows us to do. But at the same time, I, because Let It Go answers their Hades, and that's, or their Yzma, and that's so important. So I think we can afford, because we're going to draw 1 here. We could ink Pete because we're drawing off of the Chicha. So that's actually not a bad choice. Because next turn we're going Donald Duck always. So let's do that. Oh. Let's take the Stitch. Because we're going to go Donald Duck next turn, which will then feed us into Stitch. Okay. Yeah, so I run Mowgli because one of our... Ooh, very nice. Super slow turn, but very nice. Making that option to do that. So, um, let's do this into this. I think it was interesting to take on the Nick Wild, but I think he just wants the ability to quest or not get punished for challenging with the Calhoun. So, all right. Oh, so the angel comes down, so he's going to be able to challenge Chicha. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it go the Chicha. And then I'm going to develop Nakoma. Yeah, I'm going to let it go. Ooh. Actually, let's do this. Okay, so he's going to dock next turn. Um, I think we can hold off because right now he can't cat and dock. Or he can, right? But so let's hold off. Let's guarantee our Stitch next turn. He's probably going to blow up the Mowgli here. Play the cat and no, so he can't play the cat and dock and blow something up. So he needs this card to be an inkable so we can go cat and dock. Okay, so there's the Pluto and there's the dock. Now he can blow up Mowgli, but that'd be a really bad use of resources. But let's see if he does it. Okay, perfect. So here we do this. That was a mistake. That was too fast. Now that I think about it, because I should have kept that to look for answers. So that was definitely a misplay. Okay. Do I care more about Angel or Cheshire Cat? Yeah, yep, Jeremy. Yeah. That was definitely a misplay on my part. Um, so if he plays Demona here, I'm gonna be in trouble. Let's see what he does here. Oh, he can replay Doc with Olaf. I totally didn't even look at the Olaf. Yeah, I'm playing a little too fast. I think probably part of it's looking at the chat. So, um, but that's okay. Chicano sent the list to the Discord. Okay. Okay, so Calhoun goes into Mowgli. Let's see if he inks. So he's gonna Calhoun into Mowgli, Cheshire Cat, and then boost. Or he'll probably go Elsa into Donald Duck and then boost to take out the Donald Duck. He If he goes, he opens himself up to Ohanamin's family, which doesn't feel good for him. He needs to banish Doc here also. Okay, perfect. Good move by him because now he can replay Doc this turn. So that was a really good move by him. Chicana, we'll take a look at it in a second. Yeah, like so Visions gave us so many opportunities. Visions could have let us find Storm, it could have let us find Hades, another Stitch, Ohana means family. Like because right now if I had Ohana means family to hit Calhoun, I mean, how does he come back from that, right? So okay, so let's do this. Okay, we'll take that. And then I think what we can do is probably take out this. Sure, he gets a bunch of ink. That's fine. It's whatever. And then we can quest here. Because now if he plays Demona, I get Demona value. I'm going to save Let It Go as long as I can. All right, you can top deck another Strength of a Raging Fire. That's a lot of fun for me. So, so that's 3 Strengths of a Raging Fire. So good for him. Now, let's see. Okay. Ohana means family is just game over at this point. I think I've inked 2 visions now. No, I played 1 visions, inked a vision. Not a great card to see off the top. Probably just ink it. No, I don't need to ink it. So let's go here. Quest. Um, I'll hold. No, I'll play it because if he has Demona, I need to get maximum value out of Demona. So oh man, I'm getting punished for that visions. So when I'm playing in person, Jeremy, I almost never ink visions unless it's my only play. Um, yeah, so he's running Dumbo. I think the Dumbo versions of Amethyst Steel are so much worse. Um, sure, whatever. I don't care now. Oh, he quested instead of drew. Um, I think the Dumbo versions of Amethyst Steel are so bad, like because there's so much amber running around. What's up, radio? There's so much amber steel running around that you never get value out of Dumbo. Now, in this case, he did. Like I have a really bad hand right now. How does that happen? Why do I get punished like this? Um, I can't believe I got punished for inking the basil. It's just not my night. Okay, so we do this, and we just hope that maybe we'll get good. But yeah, no, yeah. So he's just on a heavy evasive package, and I'm just not seeing any of my evasive answers, which is fine. Ooh, that's good for us though, because he's also seen 3 docks and 3 strengths of a raging fire. So he's had a really good game so far. Because I didn't expect him to have Dumbo, so I wasn't super concerned about it. Why didn't you sing Let It Go on Genie with Stitch instead of questing? Yeah, yeah. So I just think I didn't expect him to be playing Dumbo because no one's playing Dumbo, right? Everybody's playing um everybody's playing Yzma packages right now. So I didn't expect him to have a Dumbo and to be able to draw two cards there. So it's just one of those things where I unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'm gonna let them draw here because I need the two draw from Stitch. And I also have like, god dang it. Um, oh man, like I said earlier, guys, it's better to be lucky than good, right? Because sometimes you just have it. Sometimes you're able to find three strengths of a raging fire. You're able to play four docks, like, and then like I said, I misplayed with that visions, but that's okay. Oh, and he is running Yzma. How does he beat anything with this deck? I mean, this is how, right? But just it's unfortunate, right? But Yzma's, Genie's, Docks. I mean, it's a lot of draw. Hades, Damona's. So what does he not run? Why is he not questing with everything here? Oh, he wants the Hades back. Okay. 3 plus 7 is 10. Okay, so 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So let's go ahead and ink this, play this, probably take the ink, resolve. Jesus. I guess we could have quested with Pete first, and maybe that was the move. I guess it wouldn't have mattered. Uh, and now he has to have his last strength of a raging fire. Let's see if he has it. Does he have his last? Oh, he probably draws into it, right? Because all he has to do is remove the Mickey Mouse, and he'll be able to do it. Because these two go in there. Let's see if he has it. Yes, Jeremy, it's very bad. Ooh, if he has Elsa, that'll be enough. If he has Elsa, Elsa would have been it too. One, two. Oh, is he saving the suspense? Come on, you're killing me. Do you have the Elsa strength? Oh my gosh, I don't think he has it. I don't think he has it, guys. Oh, there you go. Good draw. Did he top deck it? Oh my God. Yeah. Finally, a horseman strikes. We finally find a horseman strikes. Oh my God. We got it. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is wild. So, yeah, we made some huge misplays there. Like I said, Jeremy, you said it too. You ink a lot of visions. I almost never ink visions ever because the card is just so good. And a lot of the times, because what I'm looking for with visions is either Hades or Ohana means family. Because against Amethyst Steel, you're almost always going to get value out of Ohana means family. So that says a lot, right? So toilet bounce. But I almost never ink visions when I'm playing. Um, radio, so you do like the Dumbo plus so if you're running Dumbo, this is a spicy list, Chicano. If you're running Dumbo and Yzmas and Docs and Demonas, like what do you have to cut to do all that, right? Oh wow. Oh, and Amethyst Chromacon. All right, let's take a look at this. Let's download this baby. Okay. It is a fun deck to play, man. I do really enjoy it. I do really enjoy that deck. Okay, Chicano. So you've got a lot going on with this list. Okay, so you've got the dump truck Kakamora value train going, which I think is a super fun thing. That ability to play dump truck to deal 1 damage, and then you play the Kakamora to deal an additional damage to something. Um, the Nathaniel Flint is unfortunately really slow, right? Because Nathaniel Flint, you're only going to be able to get it down as soon as turn 4. No, you could do it turn 3, right? You could play dump truck on something and Flint in the same turn on turn 3. So there's that. This list is goofy, man. So so if you're running why Raja and Black Heron? Like what's your thinking for that one? Because you're only on 7 uninkables. You're running the White Rose and Giant Cobras. That Raja could easily be something like Pocahontas, because Pocahontas would let you be able to go Christopher Robin on 1, Pocahontas on 2 into control decks if you wanted. And so that's going to gain you a whole lot of lore really quick. And then you go Genie on turn 3. Hey, have a good one, Jeremy. Yeah, I need to go to bed soon too, brother. I'm glad. Thanks for joining, man. I'm glad you're doing all right. I'm glad you're staying positive too. So we'll come back to this in just a second, Chicano. And so my thinking, so let's see. I mean, maybe it's always been Dumbo. I just feel like I haven't been seeing Dumbos. Because if you're running Dumbo, then what do you cut to also run the Dumbos, right? Because you still, so what would you cut from a normal list? The Pocahontases, the Angels, because you can't afford to cut Demonas or Hades. I mean, you could afford to cut Hades if you're running Dumbo. And if your local meta doesn't have a lot of amber, then you're fine, right? You don't need to worry about horseman strikes. So, hey man, the good does, right? Like that's the idea, right? You got to believe in that. So, I like it, man. I'm glad you're staying positive, brother, because it only gets worse when you don't, right? When if we let it consume us, so it only gets worse. Um Wanted as many 3 strength 2 cost and hope they possibly use their actions on Raja so instead of my Iago. Okay. Yeah, I saw that radio. No, and I totally get that. So it's I just yeah. That being said, I don't enjoy amber steel mid-range for the same reason I don't enjoy amethyst steel mid-range or tempo is because it's just not my cup of tea. Like I don't like going one drop, two drop, three drop, you know. Um it just doesn't fill my love tank, you know. So I haven't played a lot of amethyst steel for a really long time. So I've only played against it. But Chicano, overthinking a bad strategy, brother? No, 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 no. I wouldn't go there. I just think like you're trying to run something spicy, right? You're trying to run something off meta. You're not trying to copy pasta another list. So with what you're doing, the synergies are there. The dump truck Kakamora feeds your Nathaniel Flint. Nathaniel Flint is a SME that doesn't take damage at the end of your turn. Um, I just think that this may be a little too much, right? Like, I think you'd be much happier with the Rajas being something else. Um, that being either gathering knowledge or Pocahontas or Honey Marin. So you have a little bit of a burn package, and then you have a little bit of a control package with Dump Truck and Kakamora. So hey, no, I'm a dogs hater. Purple Steel, I can appreciate and respect. It takes a very good pilot to do well with purple steel. Like period. Like purple I'm talking amethyst steel tempo. It takes a very good pilot to pilot amethyst steel and do well with. So I respect the heck out of an amethyst steel, someone that's willing to take amethyst steel tempo. It is a game of inches. One mistake will oftentimes lose you the game for amethyst steel. Like it is a zero mistake deck in my opinion. Um, it's just not my play style. That's all it is. I don't enjoy that. So it does, and it does. It does beat dogs. So I also like it that for that reason. Then yeah, Chicano, no, I like what you're doing here, man. I like the synergies between this. I don't think it's bad. It's just different. Is it a tier one deck? No. It is like by no stretch of the imagination is it tier one. You're sitting between this idea of burn, between the rose and the giant cobra, and then this idea of a little bit of control kind of stuff, but you also don't run strength. So this is missing a lot of the best cards of Amethyst Steel. That's all there is to it, right? So I think there's some changes you could make, but I still think that this could do fine, especially if you know what your local meta is. But I would suggest testing out um something in place of Raja, be it be it Calhoun, be it be it Honey Marin, be it Pocahontas, so you can go even faster. So Um, there's a couple different directions you could go with that. I think Tigger could also be Cheshire Cat or anything, but start with one card at a time and decide from there. I personally would prefer Black Heron over Raja, just because Black Heron doesn't get answered by anything. And if they want, here's the thing about Iago. If your opponent removes Iago with the strength of a Raging Fire or a Thunderbolt, it doesn't matter because they were going to use that on another one of your cards anyways. So that doesn't mean anything. The only time you get punished is if they use Delamoon's Lullaby. And if they have Delamoon's Lullaby, then so be it. Because that also means they're not using Delamoon's Lullaby on one of your other cards to then under the sea it. So that's not the end of the world either. So I wouldn't even worry about the idea of I'm gonna play Raja to protect my Iago. I wouldn't even worry about that idea. So, but no, I like it, man. Like you guys know me. I love some spice, right? Like I love something different. I love a homebrew. Um and this is a homebrew and it's spicy. And this is the this is like anything can win set champs, period. Anything can win set champs. And yellow purple. I think you can run Tigger in yellow purple, but I don't know if you can run it in anything else. It just feels a little bit too slow. So, but it's 12:52 where I'm at. My voice is going out because I've been talking for too long and I'm out of water. So, yeah, he's running it in his list just because he has so much of that burn stuff. So it makes a little bit more sense. So this is the end of the line for me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to call it a night. It was an interesting night. We played a lot of off meta stuff tonight. Like played two racer decks tonight, an Amethyst Steel burn deck tonight, like an Amethyst Steel burn deck, two racers, an Amethyst Steel locations deck, and a dogs list, and a two amber steels, I think. So weird night, weird night. But I'm signing off, guys. I'm out. I'm tired. My voice is gone. The purple steel burn deck. Yeah. This one. Yeah. Chicano, I can understand that too, man. I can understand that. But all right. I'm just gonna keep talking if I don't sign off. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. Let's see if there is anyone we can raid really quick before I just up and leave. I'm probably the only one still at this time of night. Nope, Malferon's streaming, so let's jump in there. We'll show some love. He's running blue steel, I'm sure. Yep. All right, let's get in here. So, ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Let's show some Malferon some love and yeah, and have a good night. Stay happy and healthy, right? All right, let's jump in there.